What are we talking about?
I don't know. The hell? Is it hot over there?
No. Uh-uh.
Like, your AC on?
My AC is on, yeah, but it's on 72. Let me see. It says it's 73 outside. Or
It's not
70.
too hot out here.
It's hot out there?
Chilling. Nah, that's it's not.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's not. It's a good thing.
Yeah, it wasn't hot during the day either, was it?
Nah, it was chill.
I'm liking this. I
And
hope it
I'm
says.
mad as hell. You seen my sister tattoo? She could have did a little more. She was fucking bitching out.
Yeah, the whole shoulder is just it wasn't covered, right?
I was just like, bro, you could have finished the shoulder. That's all you had left was a fucking shoulder.
Did she say she was gonna go back?
Yeah, but like, nigga, you could have fucking finished it there.
Do they charge you more or no?
I got charged the same price.
For just for the
I got
shoulder?
charged for
Oh, I
basically,
see what you're saying.
basically, basically, I paid for a full day service.
Wow.
So yeah, and I told her, I said, you tap out, I still gotta pay. I'm like, bro, if you tap out, I still have to pay. She's
That's
like, I'm not
crazy.
gonna. And I'm like, I knew this shit was gonna happen. I'm like, this is fucking retarded.
So
Like,
for the shoulder,
you can't say you want a fucking tattoo and then not go through with it.
so now you got to pay more for the shoulder if she ever decides to go back.
Yeah, no, she gonna pay. I'm not getting her no more tattoos. That's fucking stupid. That's wasting my money. I told her, bro, like, give me a tattoo. Like,
To make up for it.
yeah. I would have sat through that nigga. I would
He
have had the
said
tattoo
no.
artist tired. I would have had the tattoo tired. I would have had that nigga tired, bro. He would have been like, okay, I'm done. Yeah.
He said no to you though.
Nah, I didn't ask him.
Uh,
I fucking should have.
yeah, you should have.
Some bullshit.
That's the same dude you always go to though.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know, she said she was over it. She was ready to go home. Nigga,
What?
I looked at her like, bro, what?
Did she eat anything or not?
I mean, she had brought snacks and food because I told her to. So I ain't want to hear no excuse.
Wow.
That's why. Still got an excuse. Either way, that's just how girls in my family is, though. I'm not even surprised. Mom did the same shit.
She tapped out.
No, she would tap out.
Uh,
I had bought her a tattoo while ago, while ago, and he was halfway done with the session. I took her car. I'm supposed to pick up the kids. I'm picking up her bigger kids, taking them home, so she could get her tattoo done. She was so worried about it. She's like, "Oh, I gotta pick them up." I was like, "I'll do it. Don't worry about it. I get them. You finish your tattoo."
yeah.
She did all that. She came to the do house early. Came at 9 o'clock in the morning. She said, "Is he gonna be done by 1? I gotta go to church." I said, "Church is nigga. You could have waited." So now she's half her leg is done. He did her. He was supposed to do her whole leg.
It's really, she just wanted to tap out, huh?
Nah, the nigga put numbing. He just put numbing cream on her. She
Really?
didn't feel shit. Yeah, she said it. She didn't feel nothing. She just tapped out because she wanted to go to church.
What?
I literally said, "Bro, what?" Like, I said, "Y'all don't understand that, nigga. Somebody's paying for your tattoo."
Yeah, that's crazy. Damn.
That's all. And you wonder why I don't like buying them shit. That's why I only buy JCI shit.
Yeah.
I don't like buying that nigga shit because he get spoiled.
Get Jay Sound a tattoo.
Hmm?
I said get Jay Sound a tattoo.
Shit, he'll go through it. He'll sit through the whole fucking thing. I try to do these niggas a fucking favor. These niggas tap out and shit. Talking about one said fucking church, one said she was over it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
Low key, if I were to get a tattoo, what should I get?
Shit. I don't even know. Where would you want it at? It just depends where you. It just depends where you would want a tattoo at.
What if I get the, like my inner lip tattoo?
I mean, people have done that.
I thought you were gonna say that zesty or something.
It is zesty though. I think it's zesty.
Yeah, I remember it was kind of hot when I seen a girl in high school do it, but then I seen one of my, I don't even call him a friend, I just someone that I know, but it was a dude that did it. I was like, yeah, that's gay as hell. It's gay. About, I don't know. I don't know what I would be able to get as a tattoo. Should I say, nah,
Wait, what happened?
I was gonna say, should I get a thigh tattoo?
Thigh tattoo is crazy. I mean, as long as it connects to the leg, it's not bad. As long as it need to connect. You can't just get a thigh tattoo by itself. That's zesty. And I don't know, little baby shit. I think it was just getting tattooed just to get tattooed. That's some gay shit. Like if you was getting like a leg tattoo, it's like certain shit you should put on your leg, certain shit you should put on your arm.
Yeah. Do do tattoos like vary in price, or is it just like how much you have to pay for the session?
Some people, some artists is different. Some people just do by the art, by the image. Some people do by the session. People that do by the session, I think they're bullshit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Isn't that what you got
I
charged for
don't,
your sister?
nah, hell nah.
It wasn't.
Nah, I got charged just full day. Well,
Uh,
basically, this that counts as a session, basically. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So you're saying that the artist that charged for,
He usually doesn't do sessions. He just does the art. But I guess yeah, full day counts as a session. Now that I think about it.
okay,
But not everybody really pays for like full day. Like pretty rare, you say,
uh,
because motherfuckers don't even know what they want.
yeah,
They don't just be wanting to get anything tatted.
I can't think of anything good. I'm not gonna lie. I'd probably want an arm piece though. I don't know. I just don't see myself with tattoo. Like, you know what sucks too?
What
I don't know if this is eczema, but my arm got like a lot of bumps on it. So
shit?
kind
It
of
could be eczema.
just ruins the
Have you
purpose of the
have
tattoo.
you had have you had eczema before?
I don't really know what it is. I'm not gonna lie, but
It's just like it's like a what the bumps on your arm. You don't know what the bumps are, or you don't know what eczema is.
both, either or. Cause the bumps on my arm kind of just look like as if like picture someone with like a lot of pimples on their face, but like
Oh
small
shit,
pimples. That's what my arm is.
you might have got a fucking allergic reaction or something.
No, I've had like these bumps since I was like a kid, since like a teenager.
Oh shit, you just don't know what they are.
Mm-mm, no,
You never got checked out.
I did. I did a while back, and the doctor finally told me what it was. I don't remember what he told me. It just says that it's like you can't really get rid of it unless you go to like a dermatologist, like specialist or some shit. But I never went.
Yeah, just for them to prescribe you with some shit that don't work.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, yeah. So I feel like tattoo on my arm probably not gonna work out. I might go to a dermatologist though. I want to wait till I start fucking working.
Wait, say that again.
I said I might go to a dermatologist one day. I want to wait till I'm like actually working and not.
I've been there. I've been there before. Shit don't work. I mean, it just depends on the person. My shit didn't work.
I feel like it don't really work for acne, but like for skin conditions, they might have some kind of treatment.
I got a skin condition. I got psoriasis.
What's that?
It's like I got like very dry scalp,
Uh,
like very dry scalp, and it like comes patchy. Like when I cut my hair, like you'll see the dry spots.
uh,
That's it though. But they used to like give you like certain like type of shampoos and shit. That should never work.
really?
Never. That shit didn't work at all.
I had a, I think I don't know if it was psoriasis, but I had something similar on my hands, and they gave me some kind of like special shampoo, and it actually worked. It wasn't dermatologist though. It was like basic like healthcare, like someone that you go see for like a physical and shit.
It's like it was dead. Like they dead ass me to a dermatologist, and they like scraped the shit off my skin, put it on their microscope, and they prescribed me with the shampoo. It didn't even work. I still got the shit. I mean, I know how to tame it now because you can't. It don't go away, but
Uh,
but like I can't put oil on my scalp. It'll make it worse. It's crazy. I got a dry scalp, but putting oil on my scalp will make it worse.
uh,
It's like it blocks off certain oil.
what kind of oil are you using?
I use fucking I use damn near every oil, bro. I use olive oil. I use coconut oil. I use castor oil. The only one that works is castor oil. I think it's
See,
a sticker.
all of those oils are like proven to like clog up your pores though. I
Hmm.
think you should try baby oil. That's what I use. And my scalp doesn't
For
get like, yeah, for
for your
hair.
hair.
Yeah, for hair. I'm dead ass. That's what I use. It's proven to baby oil won't clog up your pores. Like it's like scientifically proven to not clog up your pores.
Baby oil attracts dirt though.
Huh?
Baby oil attracts dirt.
That's every oil though.
Yeah, but baby oil is like more.
Nah, nah,
It's easier. It's
nah,
like nah, bro. Search it up.
nah.
That shit attracts dirt like nothing.
Search up if baby oil is good for your hair. You're gonna see a bunch of shit that says it's good for it.
Baby oil. That just sound crazy. Let me see. It says yeah.
Now search up if if baby oil clogs up pores. Search that up.
Nah, it says nah.
Yeah. I'm saying it's good for you. All the other ones, coconut oil, olive oil, all those clog your pores. For sure they do.
You know what sounds good right now? A
Whatever.
tuna sandwich.
That do sound kind of good.
You fuck with tuna?
I don't have it a lot, but I'll eat tuna. Like the Subway kind of tuna. I like.
Yeah, Subway tuna is fire. I thought it was just me.
No, yeah, it's good. It's good.
That shit's fucking gas,
It
bro.
is, yeah.
And everybody telling you like, what the fuck? Subway tuna? That's horse knuckles. Like, nah, nigga, it's good to me. I'd rather eat Subway tuna than Chinese food.
Yeah, yeah,
Nigga, Chinese food is like, nigga, it's dead ass proven to like, I don't want to say it's proven, but like some Chinese food don't be, that be other meat, bro. You can't tell me
yeah.
it don't.
Like the smaller shops, yeah, but like regular Panda Express, nah. It's like
Panda
real
Express,
chicken.
that's real chicken. But you could tell with Panda Express because they chicken don't be chewy. It
Yeah,
don't be like gooey and shit.
yeah,
There's all these other shops. They be like it be weird looking type of meat.
yeah,
That shit still be good though.
yeah.
That shit still be good.
I just hope I'm not eating
It's
dog or
meat,
some shit. Yeah,
but like it's bro. That's like bro. We really need to know what the fuck that shit is. They need to investigate that shit.
yeah.
Let me find out. I'm eating a fucking rat. Big ass piece of fucking rat back. Shit was good though. I ain't gonna complain. Next time, uh, next time leave out the rats. You know, next time like less rat. You know, next time on my plate more chicken.
I was. What's like the what's like the most disgusting meat you would hope that they don't serve you?
Uh, Probably raccoon meat.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, because they be eating trash. That's a good one.
Yeah, raccoons is like dirty.
Yeah, that's a good one. That and possum. I would say possum as well.
Possums too.
Yeah,
Possums, bro. Them two is like, nah, I'm good on that.
yeah,
Hopefully, hopefully it's like squirrel. Like squirrel meat. I heard squirrel meat is like the best meat.
yeah. Wait,
They
best
say
meat is
squirrel and deer. They say
what the
because squirrels is like healthy.
what the fuck?
What?
I never heard that.
What deer?
No, squirrel. Squirrel meat is fucking crazy.
Squirrel? Yeah, they eat squirrels. You never heard of that?
Who, like people or Chinese people?
Nah, like people eat squirrels. They
Not,
hunt squirrels and they eat them in their backyard. Like
no, I never heard of this. That's fucking crazy.
that's crazy, bro. Squirrel meat is like the best meat, bro.
What the fuck? That's like similar to
Swear you
rat
can
though.
search it up, bro. Bro, you could search it up. Like that's like top three meats in the world.
You know they're like cousins, right? Squirrels and
What
rats.
squirrels and rats?
Yeah.
Yeah, but squirrels are like healthy. They eat nuts and shit. Not to, I mean, like squirrels are picky with what they eat.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas a rat, no one will eat anything
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
because it's a rodent. So it's like I get what you're saying, but squirrels not stupid.
Are they? They're dirty though, aren't they? No, it probably just comes off with fire.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say they're dirty. I wouldn't say they're clean either, though.
Can you eat an animal with rabies?
Bruh, you gonna die.
You'll die.
I think so. Probably turn to a zombie. It's alright, just give them a rabies shot. And once you done killing it, I think you be good.
Gotta get vaccinated.
Be like, we gotta make sure we give him a shot. I think it had rabies.
Would you eat bat?
Hell yeah,
You would eat a bat.
yeah. I seen like a bat soup. That shit look fire.
What the fuck? I never heard of that. What about what I have heard is people eat bear. Would you eat a bear?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I hear bear meat is good. It's just you gotta eat it quick or some shit like that because it expires fast or some shit like I don't remember what it was. There's like something on bear meat. We eat lion? I would eat lion, low key.
Yeah, I probably eat lion. That sounds good.
uh I mean they be eating like meat, that's why so they probably gotta be good, right?
I probably would you eat a bison?
Yeah, yeah.
I think is that pork?
Nah, it's not pork. Bison like buffalo, I think. That's like similar to cow. I'm pretty sure it's like close to the cow meat.
So yeah, it's not beef or pork, but it's closer to beef.
Oh, okay, okay.
Your bison meat look fire.
What about birds? Would you eat birds?
Nah,
Nah.
I probably nah. I'm good off a bird. I'd rather eat a duck. Oh no, ducks is fire. I like duck meat.
Yeah, ducks and chickens. Duck and specifically is like pretty good, yeah. Uh I
And I
haven't had
probably ate everything, bro. I ate frog legs before.
ugh. Wait, have you ate snail yet?
Nah,
Would you eat snail?
fuck no. I wouldn't even like look at that shit. That's gross.
What if you went to France one day and like
Nah, I'm good.
five French guys like instead of jumping you, they surround you and like force you to eat snail.
Nah, if I eat that shit, I throw it out. I'm not eating no snail, bro. Fuck that. I'd rather eat some moldy cheese rather than eat fucking snail.
What what if bowling cheese is crazy?
Hell yeah, that's what they eat. They eat that in Italy. They eat molded cheese.
Nah, it's not. It's not mulch. It's maggots inside of the cheese.
Uh,
You never knew that. Yeah, they eat cheese with maggots in it. It's only a certain region though of Italy that they do this shit in.
I'm gonna throw up.
Look it up. Look it up. That shit is
I
crazy.
see it. I'm looking at it right now. I'm trying to find somebody eating that shit.
Oh, you'll
I
find
don't
it.
believe nobody eat this shit.
They do. It's like a delicacy, low key. It's like a high
And it's
class.
dead as they're dead ass moving in this shit.
Yeah.
They purposely let flies like, bro, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. You want to take a bite out of it?
Bro, you should piss me off.
They say that the way that they found out you can eat cheese with maggots in it is like someone that was really poor and like about to die from starvation just like came across a trash can with cheese that had maggots in it and ate it and just liked the taste of it, supposedly. That's just a rumor though. That's not like factual.
It sounds like somebody just made that shit up. Thought it would be believable.
Yeah.
Thought it would sound believable.
I mean, how else would you find out that you could eat like maggots with inside of a cheese?
Some kid eating that shit. Kid make more sense than a grown ass man seeing maggots on that shit.
I mean, if you're like dying from hunger, it's like a different story.
Yeah, you better find a trash can there. You go die from hunger, then you go die from having maggots in you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, what's the point? You gonna die either way.
But those people don't die though. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, because like once they get in your stomach, I think they die. The maggots.
Something like that, yeah.
I don't even want to think about it. That shit is nasty.
What if okay,
It's dead ass. It's
what
dead ass maggots on this shit, and
Marcus,
they eating this shit.
what if all right, now very like this is a crazy what if right here, right? What if you finally get your date with Ice Spice, but on your first date, she
Fuck,
said my favorite type of guys are someone who can eat cheese with maggots in it and snails at the same time.
that's crazy.
What you doing?
Shit, I'm gonna just say I'm with it. That's all I can say. I ain't gonna do it though.
What is she like on like what if she'll give it up, but she just gotta eat with her?
I'm gonna say, oh, well, my stomach hurt. My stomach hurt. I'm gonna tell her I had Taco Bell last night. I'm gonna tell her something like that.
Uh,
Eating cheese with milk is crazy.
eating cheese with milk?
Cheese and milk. This nigga dip cheese in the milk. Italians really love cheese, bro. It's crazy. Cheese is like their life.
I mean, which one? Which do you like better, French food or Italian food?
Hey, I like Italian food though.
Yeah,
Italian food. What would I put that over? I guess it's top three. I would say.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Nah, I say top five.
Really?
Top five. Probably at number five.
What's four and three?
Fucking like American food, like burgers, hot dogs, and shit.
I'll put that one with like steak and shit.
Nah, I put that. I put Mexican food as my number one.
Ah, overrated, overrated.
Overrated, kind of crazy.
I'll put U.S. food, like fried chicken, steak, all that. I'll put that first.
But it's like you gotta think because it's that's like three different types of American food.
It's all U.S. though.
So that's like so you gotta say like barbecue. It is all U.S. though. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's all U.S. I'll put Mexican at two. I'll put Italian at three.
Mexican, Mexican food not even overrated. It's just overrated in the West.
That's true.
Every other state don't got Mexican food like us.
No, no. Every other country doesn't like Mexican food, so I get what you're saying.
I'm about to say, look at who making it too.
Yeah.
They making it. Like it's like, look, it's like a motherfucker in Florida, bro. Ain't no Mexicans over there. It's Mexicans over there, but it's not like a crazy amount.
Right. But
They
Cubans
not
got some good
cooking,
ass food.
they not
Cuban,
cooking taco. They not cooking tacos as good as over here.
Cubans got some good ass food though. They do.
Cubans
No,
got fire ass food
no,
though.
they got good ass tacos.
Oh yeah, it is next to Cuba, huh?
Yeah, that's where all the illegal immigrants are from. It's cute,
Yeah,
but they're way
all the
different.
Haitians and shit.
Yeah, that too. Those Hispanics are different from Mexicans.
Yeah, I know.
Um, Still though, I mean, I would say overrated for first place. I would still keep like Mexican food at like second. I would just say mostly Hispanic food is in second, and then I'll put Italian at third. So was it?
You
Wait,
don't
what was
fuck
number
with
two
Brit.
though?
You don't fuck with
No,
you
no,
don't fuck with British food.
no, I don't. No, I don't. I was expecting you to put like Indian food or something in the top five.
Indian food is crazy.
Wait, so what's the okay? What's your top five then? It was Mexican, U.S., and then what? What's
So
third?
it's Mexican, U.S. Where would I put sushi at? So sushi's like my number three.
That's Japanese
It's
food.
like
Yeah,
Japanese food,
it's third.
and then I'll put fucking number four. What I put it number four? I had this. I already knew what I was gonna put. What the fuck was it? Let me think. What the fuck? What the fuck was it? What the fuck was it? It's a you ever had like a what is it called? It's a what is that shit called? So like you know how they like what is it called? You know what is that shit called? Where they put like the meats on the tray? You
I
know what
have
I'm
no
talking
idea.
about?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
They put like meats on the tray. They put like crackers. Fuck, what is that shit called? Let me search it up. I think it's like grease food.
Grease
I
food?
think it's I think it's Greece.
It sounds like Indian shit.
I know the name for this shit. It's what the fuck is it called? Oh, it's a charcuterie board. The shit that like shit for that. I think it's Greece. But
How
like
do you
they make
spell?
like sandwiches out of that shit,
How do you spell it?
like pastrami and shit.
Let me see. How do you spell it? Oh, okay, okay, I see.
CHARCUTERIE. Like not that in general, but like shit like that.
I have no idea what this belongs
You
to. Is
never
it like
seen that before?
nah? I don't even nah. Uh, Most of these types of food on the board don't even look good though.
Oh, this is French food. What the fuck?
I would put French top
Cause
five.
yeah, cause yeah, look, they be putting corn on the side. They put like
It,
kebabs.
I see French. Yeah, I
They
see
put
it
like
being French.
bread.
Yeah, I see it being French. I would have put French top five though.
That's just fire. You gotta try that shit. It's like Arby's, low key.
It's because you got to compare it completely. Like compare French food to Italian food.
Now that I
And
think about it, should I put Italian over it? Nah, I don't know.
like compare it like as an entire like thing. You got like
What you
pizza,
mean?
you got pasta, you got cheese with maggots in it. You got what do French got? They got that, but then they also got fucking snails. Frog. You did you like frog legs?
I'm like, it's fire. You never had frog legs before? Frog legs is
Were they
fucking gas,
were they
bro.
fried? Maybe that's what it was. They were fried. They don't eat them fried in
Bro, I had,
France.
bro, I had them steamed, bro.
Yo, that's fucking.
For real.
Nah, I don't think I would ever eat that. It's crazy. That's insane.
I had them steamed, bro. I had them fried, steamed. Shit's fire. I
No,
had
I
them
think,
seared.
bro. I think to me, I think eating a frog is worse than eating a rat.
Hell no.
Bro, look at that. Like they're dirtier than rats. They're in algae all day and they eat like nothing but like insects.
It's just their legs. Shit, it ain't gonna hurt. Yo, you know people eat fucking turtles?
Yeah, yeah, I do actually. They
I
eat
feel
them
like that shit is fire though.
they eat them in some South American countries.
Eat a turtle meat.
That shit's fucked up. I like turtles too. That shit's fucked up.
Bro, eat everything, bro. You know what I want to try?
But
I want to eat a swordfish one day.
that shit sounds fire.
I heard that's like the best fish.
That's got to be a
That shit gonna be
premium for
hard to
sure.
even get.
Yeah, that's got to be a premium. I still need to try catfish.
Oh, you never had catfish, huh?
Nah, I hear nothing but good things about it though.
Catfish is the best fish to me.
I think where was it you had it? I hear like the best place to get it is in San Diego because they're actually like local. Like you can catch them in San Diego locally.
I just had my shit at a fish market.
Like here though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I kind of fuck it. I gotta try it.
Low key, you should low key. You get EBT on fucking Thanksgiving. You should just buy a catfish. I get my mom to make it low key,
Ooh, I'm down.
and she'll fry it low key.
I'm down. I'm 100% down. I got when would I have to drop it off though? Like the day before, or like I can drop it off like a couple days before.
Yeah, probably like it wouldn't matter. Probably most likely a couple like a day before probably be better so it'd be fresh.
You think she'd
You
fry
don't
it,
want no
but
old ass fish sitting around.
yeah. So like up to 2 days, right? Up to 2 days before.
Yeah, because
Okay,
I wouldn't put it in the freezer.
bet bet.
It's gonna fuck the flavor up and shit.
I was gonna say, do you think she would like fry it, but also put it in the sushi bake?
Should probably do that too.
I'll pull up with a good amount of catfish. I think I'll pull up with a good amount. How bad is mercury for you? I know that it's like found in a lot of fish, but they say that swordfish has a shit ton of mercury in it. How bad is that? They say for one
What
time it might not cause you that much harm, but they say that if you eat it often, it's like I don't know. I think you might die. How bad is mercury for you?
Nah, that's only for like people with like that's only for like kids. We good. I think it's only for kids. It's like for motherfuckers with like weak ass immune systems and shit. Like somebody like that like can't be sick for real.
There's a lot more mercury found in fish that are like predatory fish, so like shark, swordfish, big eye tuna, or high in mercury due to magnification to migrate risk choose fish with low mercury levels like salmon or shrimp. Okay. So it says that it can shut down your immune system or some shit like that. Or your nervous system. It says that mercury can shut down your nervous system.
Damn.
And pregnant women shouldn't eat like high doses of mercury or something like that. It can harm brain development. Oh my god, there's a lot of shit that mercury does. Mercury is toxic, especially for pregnant slash nursing women and young children. Oh yeah, I think you're right. I don't know. I'm seeing some shit about saying that it'll shut down your nervous system. No, that's like the highest risk, I think. But I think that it's more risk in children and nursing women.
I'm saying it's just for like motherfuckers. It's like weak basically.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think we be good. I gotta try a shark too. I ain't never had a shark before neither. I doubt it would taste good. That's why I don't really care for it.
I would feel so bad, but I kind of want you to eat a giraffe.
A giraffe is crazy, bro.
I feel bad too, but I kind of want to try it. It eats nothing but greens. That's why.
I'd rather eat an elephant than eat a giraffe.
That's gonna be tough skin right there. This is gonna be hard to chew. Nugs is still on. What the fuck?
Is he on by himself?
It says it says he's in a party with two others.
Shit, nigga got somebody else to play with now, bro. Imagine he on with Cheaper and shit.
I mean, Chibo will come up online though. I think.
Nigga got like four other accounts.
Oh yeah, probably.
I think Cheaper fucking blocked this low key.
He's still on my friends list.
Oh, he's still in there? Oh
Yeah.
shit, never mind. When the last time he was on?
Uh, doesn't say. It just says offline. Oh no, it does say. It says 6 days ago.
Oh shit. Bro, really stopped playing. I think everybody stopped playing Fortnite, bro. I think
I,
it's shit getting dragged out now.
I think COD might be better.
I don't know. I'm thinking Fortnite is just getting, it's about that time.
I get
But they
it.
had a good run though.
Yeah, I think it is. There haven't been any good collaborations. Like everything's ass.
They just need to come on with a good collab. That's probably what it is.
But
They fucking doing
also,
Power Rangers, K-pop Demon Hunter and shit,
yeah,
Doja Cat.
it's fucking terrible. That's
You
like
don't
that's
give a
like.
fuck about Doja Cat.
You think you think when GTA comes out, you think Fortnite is gonna give it good competition, or you think Fortnite's fucking dead after GTA comes out?
Fortnite's dead once GTA 6 come out. The thing is, everything's gonna die once GTA 6 come out.
What if GTA sucks though? It ends up being bad,
The thing is, like for the first month, everybody's still gonna be on that shit,
even if it's bad.
even if it's bad.
I can see that.
It's gonna suck, but everybody's gonna be on it. Just like
Yeah,
Red Dead, everybody said Red Dead sucked, but everybody was on it.
yeah, yeah. That's true.
But everybody hated Red Dead, but bro, I couldn't even spawn in that game, bro. It was so
Online,
many tryhards, bro.
I never played online, but I remember they
Oh,
tried to
that was
sell it
crazy.
separately. They
Red Dead
separate.
2
But
online had potential, bro.
yeah, dude,
I think it had hackers, and I think Rockstar didn't care for it.
it didn't have any game modes either. You just went in to just like not do shit. I only had like three game modes, like team
Yeah,
deathmatch and like two other like I don't even remember.
bro. I would spawn and get shot out of nowhere, like random. As soon as I spawn, like
Oh,
sniper it out. As I say, like motherfuckers be hacking on that game. That ass couldn't level up. Like if like you was a new nigga trying to just play, trying to like GTA, you had time to level up. You could still fuck up a tryhard. Red Dead, you can't fuck a tryhard up
yeah,
at all. Like you can't. He maxed out. You can't tie the nigga up. You can't do shit.
You think if GTA does a battle royale, you think that is about to change the game,
Yeah.
or you think that's probably gonna put the nail in the cover for Fortnite, right? If they do their own battle royale.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that the one thing that Fortnite has over GTA, and I've said this before, I don't think I've told you though, is that Fortnite actually has real cars in their game. GTA has like
Mm-hmm.
fucking fake their own cars, and I don't know why that is. It's not that hard for them to get like licenses for real cars in their shit. Like I don't want to drive a fake ass car. I want to drive like a fucking McLaren in the fucking in
A
GTA.
real Bugatti, a real
Yeah,
some real shit.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
All right.
All right, I'm back. Are you here? Shit. All right, Marcus is off of the game. He got off. Marcus is now off from the game. David, are you still here? Are you now asleep?
A model of the fishy, fishy fruit. I'll feed it to Katakuri. My future crew is gonna be overwhelmingly powerful. There is no way Kaido pulled up like. Yo, Kaido is toxic. Why did he pull up and club her like that? Yo, why did Kaido sneak her like that with a club? Oh, that's a toxic strike. And he ate.
Guessing you're asleep, David.
Okay, so tomorrow is gonna be a really historic day. It's Charlie Kirk's memorial, and I'm pretty nervous about it. Not gonna lie. I'm nervous for security. I'm nervous that there's gonna be a lot of people. They're saying up to 300,000 people, which is insane. But more so, I'm a little nervous because I don't consider myself a conservative. I'm not a Democrat.
What?
I'm more in the middle.
No, you're not.
I have a lot of disagreements with the president and some of the president's policies, and some of the rhetoric that I hear from both sides of the aisle. And so I'm nervous that the crowd is going to question why I'm there, if I say anything. I'm
not
nervous
watching
of
this shit.
the rhetoric.
A little closer now.
Speech is working.
Times where I didn't like.
Saw you on there.
You can't even fucking speak properly.
It was beautiful. One of the healthiest responses to tragedy I have.
This is I think this is the way how you respect the free speech. Coming to see this the last goodbye for Charlie Kirk. Not the respect for free speech.
Victory in his name. If this resonates with you and you believe American
Please give a warm welcome to Mrs. Erica Kirk.
I never see a president in my life so close. This is my first time I see a president like close,
The first time you see a president?
so close.
Try and lead them into a great way of life in our country. In a private moment.
Okay, Trump is yapping.
Is he happy?
Just keeps going and going and going, but that is typical Trump, right?
It's bad for him.
He just keeps going and going.
Okay, I want to say thank you, Charlie.
Such a stupid old ass up.
Jimmy Kimmel, after his
He's
temporary
yapping.
cancellation, has
Middle-aged
identified
woman using yapping. Awesome.
Jimmy Kimmel, after his temporary cancellation, has identified the real victim of Charlie Kirk's assassination.
If you felt like your initial comments had been mischaracterized.
I didn't. Jimmy Kimmel, after his temporary cancellation, has identified the real victim of Charlie Kirk's assassination.
If you felt like your initial comments had been mischaracterized.
I didn't feel like it was.
They were.
It was intentionally and I think maliciously mischaracterized. Yes.
Yeah.
He's lying again. He lied about Charlie Kirk's assassination. Then he lied about what he said. Now he's lying about what we said about what he said. He hasn't learned a single lesson. What did he say? He came out. He said, these MAGA, but Charlie Kirk was murdered. He made light of Charlie Kirk's murder. He then put on the crocodile tears after he got uncanceled when he could audition for his show again. But he didn't have any crocodile tears when he was initially talking about it. Shortly afterward, he said, yeah, Charlie Kirk was murdered. And these MAGA people, they're trying to just pretend like the shooter was anything other than one of them. They're doing anything they can to say he wasn't one of them. The guy was a far leftist, engraved Antifa slogans on the bullets, and confessed his left-wing ideological motivations, reportedly, to his trans-furry boyfriend. Don't think he was a MAGA Republican. So he lied. He just lied on TV. And then he lied about lying. I never meant to say that. And now he's lying about our reaction. He said, oh, no, these people, they knew. Not only was I not lying, they knew I wasn't lying, and they maliciously smeared me, and I'm the real victim. I'm the victim. He learned nothing. He learned nothing, and it's a great pity that he got his show back. It's a great pity. We should have held the line more firmly. And if we don't enforce standards, and if we don't punish people with social consequences, and sometimes political consequences if they violate the law, if we don't ostracize people who remain stubborn in their antisocial behavior, we're not going to have much of a society. And these guys are going to run roughshod over us, and then the minute they get power again, they are going to Send us to the gulags. Right now, go to expressvpn.com/Michael Knowles Show. Hey, here's a good idea. Your ISP, on your code. Once again, every link in the description. 4 months for governor. Speaking of those leftists, Abigail Spanberger running for governor of Virginia. She's endorsing Jay Jones, the attorney general candidate, the Democrat, who fantasizes about murdering his Republican opponents and their children, and murdering cops. Abigail Spanberger has stood by Jay Jones. She refuses to pull her endorsement. Not one Democrat has pulled their endorsement of him because they agree.
David, you might be far behind if you're just typing "I'm here." No, I feel like you're good. You might not be far behind. I don't know, because you had to have clicked the video because my stream ended to get to the newer stream. You might be far behind that.
Cops. Abigail Spanberger has stood by Jay Jones. She refuses to pull her endorsement. Not one Democrat has pulled their endorsement of him because they agree with him. Well, good on the moderator at her debate with Winsome Sears last night. She was asked, do you stand by the endorsement? She tried to get out of it. She tried to wiggle out, and the moderator kept up. Here's her answer. This is the end of her answer.
Ms. Spanberger, I understand what you're saying about the voters, but for you yourself, do you still continue to endorse Jay Jones? 15 seconds, yes or no?
We are all running our individual races. I believe my opponent has said that about her lieutenant governor nominee.
Ms. Earl Sayers,
and it's up to every person to make their own decision. I am running my race to serve Virginia, and that is what I intend to do.
Thank you, Ms. Spanberger. We just want to clarify, what you're saying is that as of now, you still endorse Jay Jones as Attorney General.
I'm saying as of now, it's up to every voter to make their own individual decision. I am running for governor. I am accountable for the words that I say, for the acts that I take, for the policies that I have put out.
Thank you.
I am responsible for the policies I put out and the work I will endeavor to do tirelessly for the people of Virginia.
Thank you.
Wow, it's brutal. It's because she's refusing to answer the question. A very simple question. Moderators on it. That was after a minute of her flailing around, and the question was, "Do you stand by you endorsed him? You explicitly endorsed this guy. He fantasized about murdering Republicans and their children, and accused them of breeding fascists, and fantasized about killing cops. And do you stand by your endorsement?" And she said, "Every voter has to make up his own decision." No, that wasn't the question. The question wasn't, do you think voters can make up their decisions? The question was, do you endorse him? Do you still endorse him? You made up. First of all, you were telling voters to vote a certain way. That's what an endorsement is. But stop asking about this. I remember I just did this great show, Adam Friedland's show. He's this very left-wing guy. It was very funny. We had a great time in New York. It's out now. And I really enjoyed going on. But there was this one moment. And actually, I think he might have cut it out of the show. Because I don't know, I didn't watch the whole thing meticulously, but I actually think he might have cut this segment out of the show, which is kind of funny, where he was hitting me on the transgender thing. And I said, well, do you believe in transgenderism?
I already knew LeBron had an injury. It's not a major injury, though. That's the reason why he's not playing in the preseason. He's expected to be back by the start of the regular season, though.
Do you really, and we were kind of going back and forth on it. Again, I'll see if I can find the clip. It might have been left on the cutting room floor, understandably so, I guess, from his point of view. But I said, look, do you believe in it? And he said, oh, you guys are asking this question all the time. I said, no, it's not what is a woman. It's do you really believe in transgenderism? Do you think a man really can be a woman? And he said, well, I don't care. I said, I didn't ask if you cared. I asked what you think. Do you think, what do you have you can think just between us gals. It's just us gals on the camera. What do you think? Do you think a man? And he refused he couldn't answer the question, which I kind of get because his liberal audience would hate the answer if he were being honest, because we all know, you can't be. So I got to go back. I got to see if that clip is in there, but it might have been cut out. Kind of funny. Well, that was the same thing Abigail Spanberger did. Same exact thing. Do you stand by your endorsement? I think everyone can make their decision. That's not what I asked you. I'm not asking you about everyone else. I'm not asking you about decision making. I'm asking about a thing you did. You endorsed him. You can unendorse him. Do you do that? Can't answer. They can't. Part of the reason she can't answer that is that the Democrats broadly agree. That's what they showed us when Charlie Kirk was assassinated. That was a great clip. Now stop, ring the bell, subscribe. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, officers. 1 month ago today, I witnessed my friend of 10 years, someone who I considered a brother, a loving husband, a devoted father, a generational leader, get assassinated on a live stream by a left-wing radical. Approximately 1 year ago, I witnessed the President of the United States get shot in the head by a left-wing radical, who also took the life of a Trump supporter in front of his daughters and wife. 2 months ago, Christian children kneeling and praying in a church were slaughtered by a left-wing extremist. And 2 weeks ago, federal law enforcement was shot at multiple sniper rounds in a federal facility by a left-wing extremist. If it's happening every single week, is it that extreme? Or has the Democrat Party mainstreamed violence as a political tool? The individual who wrote me described why he wanted me dead. I was a white, cis, Christian Trump supporter. They described in great detail how I would be killed in an open field just like Charlie, how much blood would come out of my head and neck when it was blown off. This individual described orphaning my 4 beautiful children and widowing my wife with great joy. You might want to say another left-wing radical, another extremist. And to that, I would like to direct your attention to the state of Virginia, where Democrats have nominated and are about to vote for the chief law enforcement officer in that state, a man who has done the exact same thing. An individual who's calling for the assassination by bullets of Republicans that he disagrees with. The killing of their children. The slaughtering of, as he says, little fascists. Are my 4 innocent, beautiful children little fascists? Violence has been mainstreamed by the Democrat Party. It is not extremist, it is mainstream. And we need a moment of reckoning here. This has to stop. This cycle must end. Is any Democrat courageous enough to disavow violence? To call for individuals that espouse these things, like what happened to my family, or what's happening in Virginia, to call for those kind of candidates to step down? Will Democrats vote for that? Because if you're voting for that, then implicitly you're encouraging it, you're endorsing it. I don't want political violence. I want peace in my nation. I love this country. I want to be able to debate like Charlie did. I want to be able to raise my family in peace. That is our birthright. But you cannot make peace with evil as a Christian. You cannot unite with people who want you dead. I want unity in this nation. I want to be able to agree on more than what we disagree on. But for that first to happen, we must understand the battle. We are fighting good versus evil, darkness versus light. And good must conquer evil. Do not make peace with evil. To that end, and in conclusion, I would like to thank federal law enforcement, Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, the FBI, the DOJ, the Tampa Police Department, the detectives here, with absolute pinpoint accuracy, professionalism, courtesy, swift and tact. They were able to act instantly in order to make sure that my family was safe, potentially to preserve the lives of my children, and they're doing that for families all around the country in many different ways. Every American should unite behind that cause. No matter who you are, you should say, this is a country where families should be able to raise their children safely, where people can have peaceful disagreements, where we can all live together under one American flag. I just want to profoundly thank the Trump administration and federal law enforcement and local law enforcement for saving my family. I will never forget it. It is the greatest goodness that has ever been done to me. And that is a thing that every American can get behind. The Trump administration making America safe again. God bless them.
We'll take, do you want to, you have a few questions? Attorney General. Wait, I'll go left to right. Okay.
Know what happened to your family in that letter, but he just described that this is solely put on by the Democratic Party. Do you see it that way, that this is something that is caused by the Democratic Party?
No, and I just talked about what happened in Minnesota to a Democrat, what happened in Pennsylvania to a Democrat governor. No, this was a left-wing radical, absolutely. The same type of person who murdered and assassinated Charlie Kirk. That's what we're talking about here today. But it doesn't matter who you are. If you commit an act of violence, a written threat through the mail, we are going to find you. These men behind me are going to hunt you down and find you. This guy thought he got away with this, and he thought he could hurt Benny and his family, and it's not going to happen. We have open cases, other open cases all over this country, and we're going to find you. Any other question? Yes.
Attorney General, hi.
Sure.
A couple questions. One is just about the case itself. Does this fellow, was he found to have any means of carrying it out, and did he have firearms available to him?
This is an ongoing investigation. The man is in custody. I will defer that question until the appropriate time because it is still very much under investigation and following all the leads that we possibly can.
And that's a very good question.
Attorney General, just during the Charlie Kirk's funeral, the president said, I disagree with Charlie. I hate my opponent. I don't want the best for them. Would you encourage the president, just given what we're talking about here in this seriousness and how people take every word and use it to reinforce their preconceived notions about people, someone crazy could act on words like that. Would you encourage the president to not say things like that?
The president said nothing about violence, absolutely nothing. And that was in response, I believe, to amazing Erica Kirk talking about her forgiveness. And he was saying how brave and bold she was and how difficult it is to forgive the person who assassinated. No, I'm not worried about that because that was not said. That was not said. No act of violence was said. If anyone is sending a threatening communication through the mail, like they did to Benny Johnson, we're going to find them and we're going to prosecute them. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. Thank you all. Have a great weekend. Thank you.
Okay, Democrats, let's face it, they do not care about crime. In fact, it's all a big joke to them.
This is J.B. Pritzker reporting from war-torn Chicago. As you can see, there's utter mayhem and chaos on the ground. It's quite disturbing. The Milwaukee Brewers have come in to attack our Chicago Cubs. We've seen people being forced to eat hot dogs with ketchup on them. And our deep dish pizza, well, has gone shallow. So it's a challenge to survive here in the city of Chicago, but there's no hellscape that I'd rather be in.
5 people were killed, 25 hurt in Chicago shootings just last weekend. A child was found shot to death at a park on the south side on Wednesday, but that's how the governor's reacting. Nothing screams out of touch like a Democrat mocking his own constituents and the conditions they're living in. During that same show, Jimmy Kimmel tried to claim that Antifa is something that conservatives just made up.
There's no Antifa. This is an entirely imaginary organization. There is not an Antifa. This is no different than if they announced they rounded up a dozen Decepticons. We've captured the Chupacabra, everyone. But imagine
something that conservatives just made up.
There's no Antifa. This is an entirely imaginary organization. There is not an Antifa. This is no different than if they announced they rounded up a dozen Decepticons. We've captured the Chupacabra, everyone.
Here with me, rock
What?
legend, Kid Rock. Hey, Bobby, great to see you. Now, I know you're from Detroit, of course, which at one point was at the epicenter of the crime epidemic. But what's your thinking when you see Pritzker and others on the left who are just dismissing this issue that real people have to live with day in and day out?
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is idiots, straight up idiots. I mean, I don't think there's actually anything that President Trump could do that these people, when he said it, you know, in that speech that he had, I don't know, it was like a State of the Union or something, where he's like, he could save one of these people's mother from a burning building, and they could care less. They wouldn't give him credit. I mean, it's asinine to think that we can't come together on some certain things. And you know what really strikes me about this, speaking of Chicago, is like, who's he really trying to help out here? Black people, the south side of Chicago, predominantly black. These are where these murders and shootings are taking place. The majority of them, they're not out in the suburbs or somewhere. And he wants to help these people. And God forbid we're still all, you know, Nazi racists or whatever their narrative of the day is. It's asinine. It's completely just, it's some words that I'd rather not repeat on the air right now.
Well, they're constantly mocking the things that are, you know, sacred, important to many Americans. So things that you sing about, you've spoken about, faith, family, love of country, important to your fans. So have you noticed any type of shift with young people on this front? I know you interact with so many young people on a daily basis, especially when you're touring. Have you seen any changes?
I mean, clearly since Charlie Kirk lost his life, was assassinated, you've seen a huge shift. We all have. It's undeniable. It's both bittersweet. It's terrible that something like this had to happen to really bring everyone back to their faith, and even someone like myself who's always been very spiritual, but you know, it's even more so in the last.
As you correctly predicted yesterday, I read that tonight before Norway versus Israel, there would be a protest made by the students at the University of Oslo. Wow. Are you still behind in the stream, or are you caught up?
Last several weeks, it's just been, I find myself writing those songs, and I've been writing a gospel album for the last year, working on a gospel album, so it's not really anything new, but it's, yes, I have a lot of faith and hope in the younger generation, but it seems these other people, like, you know, the more that we say we love our families, we love God, we love our country, these people on the far left hate it more. I just don't understand the rationale of hatred for someone that loves something.
Yeah, they make fun of Lee Greenwood or patriotic music or traditions like that. They think they're hokey and stupid, and because they all think America's awful, rotten, and racist, so they don't think there's anything to celebrate. But speaking of music,
yeah, that's pretty easy. You know what's stupid? You know what's stupid is people who think they're cooler than art thou that worry about their outfit every day, like, some of these rock singers that live here in Nashville, I won't say any names, or these, chicks running around in their campuses with blue hair and, their 5 nose rings.
Speaking of music, though, I heard that you were just added to the Hondo Rodeo Fest in Phoenix next month. Friends there were talking about it. They want to get tickets. Tell us more about what's going on there.
Well, it's actually bittersweet because Cody Johnson had to drop out. I guess he had something happen. He has to get surgery. So sent a lot of love and prayers out to Cody Johnson. I'm a big fan. And they called me to fill in for his slot, and I'm playing with my friend John Party that night, who's my neighbor, and I've been friends with for a long, long time. First time we're playing on a bill together, so I'm looking forward to it. But it's bittersweet because Cody can't do it.
Well, I think also I noticed spending a lot of time in the SEC schools, Bobby, that they're just the whole move to country music and old style country music. I'm glad you're doing a gospel album because a mix of gospel and country is so powerful in the American musical tradition. But that's also making a comeback. So I think there's a lot of cool strains to what's happening now. I'm not saying it's all, President Trump or even Charlie Kirk, but I think this has been brewing for some time, and I think it's very encouraging.
Yes, the thing that I hope for, that I really pray for quite a bit, is that when this pendulum swings once again, that somehow it ends up a little bit right of center and not just, it just keeps going extreme left and extreme right, and it seems we just can't find this common ground that, most of us, even if we differ in our politics, we should be able to dig a little deeper and find things we have in common with one another and have a laugh, have a beer or something. We don't have to make everything so extreme. So hopefully I will continue to pray for that, Miss Laura.
All right, Mr. Bobby, great to see you tonight, and I'll see you at the next concert.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss.
Did you see the debate that was going on in that last video? I believe it was with Michael Knowles between the Virginia governor or to be elected. So who's the Democrat there? Are those the two running officials, whatever? Are those the two candidates? That white woman and that black woman? Who's the Democrat there? Are they both Democrats? Those two right there on that Twins video. Who's the Democrat there? I'll be right back. I have to use the restroom. The white woman Abigail is a Democrat. The black woman is a Republican. Wow, I'm surprised. Is she a good Republican though? Yeah, I wouldn't know, but that's actually a shocker. 90% of black women. Kamala Harris. Never forget. Yeah, but good for her. Good for her. I'm surprised. Genuinely surprised. Genuinely surprised.
We need to put the plan into motion, guys. Full communist revolutionary takeover. Every single enemy of the revolution needs to be murdered. Come on. Oh, you got... The streets will run red with the blood of the fascist right-wingers. Come on. In Minecraft. And by in Minecraft, I of course mean in real life. I'm dead serious. Full-blown genocide is what's needed. In Minecraft, of course, but especially in real life, which is what I'm actually talking about. Anyone who disagrees with you, yes, anyone who disagrees with you about anything, come on! Use children for... Strap a bomb to a kid, send them on a play date at a conservative kid's house, boom! In Minecraft, but actually in real life. You know what we need to do to win the revolution? We need to violate Twitch's terms of service. We need to spend every day violating Twitch's terms of service harder and harder. I love inciting violence against the law. In Minecraft... Disobedience warning! Canine crap outside of quarantine zone! Kaya, come on! Don't disrupt my stream, you stupid, worthless infidel dog! Can you believe this dog attacked me, chat? So incredibly spoiled. What? No, it's not a shock collar. It mostly doesn't electrocute him. What are you guys talking about? It's not a shock collar. This is a normal collar. It's got a device on it that pacifies the dog in Minecraft. You think we're gonna win the revolution without electrocuting any dogs? Twitch didn't do anything. YouTube has my back. No one cares about some disobedient capitalist dog. Come on.
It's mostly a peaceful color.
Gets in trouble because he's Christian. He's one of the rare.
There was a video I saw. Oh, I remember what it was. Do I want to watch this video? I don't remember what the title of it was. Oh, I do remember what the yeah. Hold on, let me look this up. Some more fucking brain rot shit. Where's that shit at? What's that dude's channel name? Something with an H. Something with the H. H. Something with the H. Something with the H. Some shit. What the fuck is his name, bro? Shit. I've seen a video before with Marvel Rebels. Fuck. What the fuck was bro's name? Yeah. Hitchhike. Oh. Nope. No luck. Be losing my fucking videos I want to watch. I'm starting to get sleepy. I kind of want to wake up for that game tomorrow too. I hate this YouTube channel. I'm not watching this. It's 2 weeks ago. I would watch it if it was a few hours ago, but I just don't like the YouTube channel. Fuck, what is it? What was it? I've seen this YouTube channel before. Yeah, she's pretty decent. Fuck. Maybe Batman was over. I spelled it wrong. The fuck? That's him. Hero High. That's him. That's him. This is the video I was looking for. 2 minutes.
Yes, I saw the Hassan drama. It makes me want to go like this.
Over on Hassan's subreddit there, to no one's surprise, I guess, still trying to enact damage control for him over this whole Kaya incident. And they say Vanilla Mace talks about Hassan and Kaya. I'm not familiar with this streamer, but yeah, that's who you just saw a moment ago.
Why does he force her?
What did she do?
Hassan drama. It makes me want to go like this. Yes, I saw the Hassan drama.
200 protesters were outside the stadium during Israel training yesterday. The spectators will be less than 3K in a 28K capacity stadium. How many protesters? Is it looking like more than 5K?
Yes, I saw the Hassan drama. It makes me want to go like this.
Over on Hassan
drama. It makes me want to.
She looks. Never mind. She got patchwork though. Me and Marcus talked about this the other day. She got patchwork tattoos. You can tell a lot by someone who has fucking patchwork tattoos, actually. You can tell a lot. You can tell a lot of that person.
Want to go like this. Yes, I saw the Hassan drama. It makes me want to go like this.
Over on Hassan's subreddit there, to no one's surprise, I guess, still trying to enact damage control for him over this whole Kaya incident. And they say Vanilla Mace talks about Hassan and Kaya. I'm not familiar with this streamer, but yeah, that's who you just saw a moment ago.
Why does he force her to lay down for hours, though? He doesn't force her to lay down.
This is such a ridiculous thing to say, considering that there's been numerous clips that people have dug up of Hassan doing just that, forcing Kaya to stay in the same spot for hours upon hours on end. Sometimes he overtly says something, sometimes he's allegedly shocking her, and sometimes, as we've seen, Kaya stands up and this guy literally looks at her and gives her like a menacing gaze, and then she like cowers back to the bed and lays down again. It's quite ridiculous to try and say that he's not doing this. The top comment saying that she makes so many good points is just the icing on the cake here. And then that takes us over to Yeet, who says that Valkyrie comments on Collargate, and as you would expect, yeah, she's defending Hassan, and she makes a comment that on Collar.
I can verify that Kaya is most loved, spoiled, and just the most well-trained and best big boy you think. It's kind of outrageous. What? Parties in this world aren't worth the issue. Wow. Wow. There will be a march of thousands of protesters from the center of us. Well, I guess it's GG's for Israel. If they the fact they're not going to be able to perform well against Norway because of how strong they are, but also because now they have to deal with the stress of protesters. I think it's GG. Israel won't be making it to the World Cup. They're for sure going to lose this one with no chance of tying it because they're just probably not comfortable. And now they still have to go play in Italy with an even more, what's the word I'm looking for? With an even more, what's the word I'm looking for? I just thought of it and it slipped my mind. An even more, hostile environment. That's what I'm looking for. Hostile environment.
Gate and on ridiculous to try and say that he's not doing this. The top comment saying that she makes so many good points is just the icing on the cake here. And then that takes us over to Yeet, who says that Valkyrie comments on Collargate, and as you would expect, yeah, she's defending Hassan, and she makes a comment that we've seen from his community already, which is basically like, oh, you guys shouldn't even care about this dog with what's going on in Palestine. And it's really shocking that these people actually think that's a good response.
Oh yes, I have seen.
And it's really, yeah, she's defending Hassan, and she makes a comment.
At this point, I'm going to assume everyone defending Hassan. Palestine has nothing to do with Hassan executing his dog. At this point, Libs only invoke Palestine to deflect from any criticism. They exploit the suffering of Palestinians as a shield for garbage behavior. Praying the genocide ends soon for two reasons. One, it's normal, horrible atrocity. Two, leftists won't have anything to hide behind. Yeah. The second one is pretty accurate for sure. But yeah, the first one is cool too.
Comment that we've seen, and as you would expect, yeah, she's defending Hassan, and she makes a comment that we've seen from his community already, which is basically like, oh, you guys shouldn't even care about this dog with what's going on in Palestine. And it's really shocking that these people actually
have a fallacy on relative privation on the field.
Really think that's a good response.
Just because
what's going on in Palestine. And it's really shocking that these people actually think that's a good response.
Just because there are worse things happening in the world doesn't mean no, they're
with what's going on in Palestine. And it's really shocking that these people actually think that's a good response.
Oh yes, I have seen the Kaya stuff. It's
bad.
It's kind of crazy. You would think that this kind of outrage we would have seen it.
Oh, that's what's crazy about it. Not the fact that he abused the dog, but it's the fact that we shouldn't be focusing on the dog. It's the fact that, okay, I see. So fuck the dog, I guess. Yeah, fuck the dog. I agree. I don't. She's fucking crazy ass bitch.
I have seen the Kaya stuff. It's kind of crazy. You would think that this kind of outrage, we would have seen it towards like the genocide and stuff, but you know, this priorities in this world are not where they should be.
Right.
But
Right.
but alas. But
Yeah,
alas.
fuck that dog. Fuck that. Oh, fuck you. The
It's herd
fuck?
mentality. I mean,
Who the
I
fuck?
think from the clip, it's understandable why people were very concerned.
What the fuck?
But just knowing Hassan and
What?
alas. But alas. It's herd mentality. I mean, I think from the clip, it's understandable why people were very concerned. But just knowing Hassan and knowing like how I've been around Kaya a lot and him, and I just like know that he would never ever abuse Kaya.
Something that keeps happening too is Hassan's defenders are completely ignoring the clip that's resurfaced where it seems like he is yanking on the tail of his...
Oh, I forgot to tell you this too. I mean, it's because I didn't really do much at the beginning of the stream other than listen to music, but there is a second clip that has surfaced, but this isn't recent. This is like 2 years ago. Hassan abused his older dog, the one that has passed away. He got this new dog, so he used to have like a pit bull kind of dog. He abused the shit out of that dog, like worse than this one, and it was on stream. What had happened was the dog wasn't listening to a command he was giving to... This is the context of the clip because I don't know the full context, but it's pretty bad with whatever context you could provide. The dog was not listening to Hassan. He was trying to give the dog a command. They're in like the public too, at like a park or something. So he has the phone. He's streaming from a phone. He's looking down at the dog. The dog is listening to what he's doing or what he wants him to do. Hassan walks up to the dog, grabs the dog by the tail, fucking pulls that shit like crazy, and he says, "If you don't listen to me, I'm going to fucking kill you." That's the clip.
Something that keeps happening too is Hassan's defenders are completely ignoring the clip that's resurfaced where it seems like he is yanking on the tail of his prior dog, rest in peace, Fish. None of them address this. They act like it doesn't even exist. Valkyrie wasn't done there though. She added a little bit more to her take, saying, "Screw ICE.
F ICE. This is genocide. F ICE. F this genocide. F pedos. F animal abuse. Free Palestine. Congrats, Jason, for hitting 100K subs." Who the fuck is Jason? What the fuck? What? And there's an ongoing war in Sudan with more deaths one in Gaza, but nobody's talking about
Fish. None of them.
Wait, okay, so I mean, wait, is that the wait? Never mind, I don't even care. I don't even care.
Address this. They act like his prior dog, rest in peace, Fish. None of them address this. They act like it doesn't even exist. Valkyrie wasn't done there though. She added a little bit more to her take, saying, "Screw ICE, screw this genocide, screw PDF files, screw animal abuse, free Palestine." And you can see Nux actually responds to this and says, "I care about the current thing too." I love how this take perfectly showcases armchair activism, because she'll sit there making a hollow virtue signal, acting like she is against animal abuse, but she's simultaneously running defense for Hassan. Anyways, I thought that was pretty amusing for a quick video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and as always, thank you for tuning in, and have a great weekend.
Man, that's fucking wild. That's fucking crazy. I haven't seen people come out like publicly on trying to defend Hassan, but now listening to them try to defend him and like some of them of what they look like, it's kind of fucking wow. It's got a wow for sure. It's really got a wow. What is happening to Japan?
自己紹介してください。
はい、ももと言います。日本でクリスチャンとして生きて8年9年目になります。
ですごい心配をすごいされたっていうのが一番最初の反応だったんですけど、
もともとは仏教の家柄って聞いたんですけど、
で僕はもうすごいその力に圧倒されて、そこで僕は詐欺とかも全部やめて、そこから僕はクリスチャンになりました。
Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Takashi from Japan. So today I'm going to interview Japanese Christians. Why did you convert to Christianity? Okay, let's get started. 自己紹介してください。
はい、ももと言います。日本でクリスチャンとして生きて8年9年目になります。
ゆうやと言います。29歳です。クリスチャンになって今年で8年目です。
藤本と言います。日本出身で、クリスチャンになってから2年半経ちます。
僕は森下正道と言います。アウェイクニング東京っていう教会を宇野でやってます。僕クリスチャンになって9年くらいですね。
どうしてクリスチャンになりましたか？
家族もクリスチャンではないんですけど、ある時に、クリスチャンの方に10年前にお会いして、ちょっと時間経ってから行ったのが、初めてのクリスチャンの環境に入るっていう、正直カルチャーショックみたいな感じで、みんな賛美歌を歌ったりとか聖書のお話とかも聞いたんですけど、最初はなかなか理解ができなかった。明らかに今まで会ってきた人とは全然違う人だなっていうのにすごい気づいて、例えばその目の輝き方がもう全然違うっていうのと、あとは人を愛しているし、自分のことも愛していて、すごい人生を生きてるっていうのを感じて、でその時自分はそういうのがなかったので、こういう人たちになりたいなと思って教会に行き始めたっていうのが最初でした。
母が10年ぐらい前にクリスチャンになったことだったんですけど、当時はすごく宗教に対する悪いイメージを持っていて、なかなか教会に行くとか聖書を読むみたいなことはしなかったんですね。ただ、2年半ちょっと前ぐらいに人生を振り返った時に、ちょこちょこ人生の中で何のために生きてるのかなとか、どこに向かっていくんだろう、それこそ死んだ後どこに行くのかとか、お金もあって、地位も一定あって、人間関係もよくって、家を買うとかもしてたので、それが全て揃ってる中でなぜ満たされないのかみたいなことを疑問視するようになったんですよね。教会に行って毎回行くたびにもう神様に出会っても涙を流すっていう、自分が本当に求めていた人間っていうところの究極なところってここなんだろうなっていうことを思って、数ヶ月後にイエスを受け入れてクリスチャンになったのがきっかけだったので、そこにたどり着いたっていうのが答えだと思います。
もともと牧師の家で生まれて育ったんですけど、家の宗教っていう感じだったので、自分の神様というふうには思ってなくて、言われるから信じるみたいな感じで、自分自らこの神と出会って神のこの愛を感じるとか、そういう感じがなかったので、もっと自由が欲しいと思っていろいろやってみたんですね。でもやっぱり一時的な喜びとか、それが長続きしないっていう感覚がすごくあったので、その中でやっぱりここしかなかったっていうことに気づいて戻ってきてから9年目です。
無神論の家庭で育ったんですけれど、で僕の父親犯罪関係の人だったんですよね。簡単に言うと暴力団、彼がある日捕まって僕の両親が離婚したんですよね。でその時に僕の母親が初めてクリスチャンになって、でそこで初めて僕はクリスチャンという存在を知りましたね。見えに見えないものっていうのはやっぱり信じられなかったですね。父親のそういった影響があったのかもしれないんですけど、僕自身もお金に対する執着が強かったですね。周りからどういうふうに見られるのかだったりとか、高校卒業して大学受験僕は失敗したんですね。僕すごいそこから先の人生が分からなくなった。知り合いから誘われたんです。簡単に言うと詐欺グループに誘われたんですね、僕。でその日から僕は詐欺師になりました。昔からやっぱり欲しかったものっていうのはお金だったので、僕の母親がすごい僕のことを心配してくれて、教会に行った方がいいって言ってくれるんですよ。熱心に誘ってくるんですね。熱心に誘ってくるから、それに対して僕がちょっと断りきれずに何回か教会に行ったことがあります。20歳の時に、ある教会に母親と一緒に、そういう同じような経緯で行って、アメリカ人の宣教師がいたんですね。僕のところに来て、僕のために祈りたいっていうふうに言ったんです。その時に彼女が僕のために祈ったその瞬間に、もう僕の心の中でもう今まで人からも感じたことがないような、口ではもう言葉では説明できないようなすごい大きな愛の力感じて、もう心の中にそれが流れてきたんです。すごいその力に圧倒されて、その愛に圧倒されて、僕は床でずっと泣いてたんですけれども、初めて神様の声聞こえて、そこから僕はクリスチャンになりました。
なるほど。リアクション、家族、友達、どうでした？どんな感じでした？
クリスチャンになった時に、家族、年に何回かあって岩手に帰って実家でみんなでご飯を食べてる時に、クリスチャンになりましたみたいなことを家族に言ったら、みたいな、大丈夫それみたいな感じで姉が泣き始めて、
泣いちゃったんですか？
泣いたんですよ。変な宗教に入ったって思ってしまったんですね。
キリスト教って言っても。
そうなんか例えばカルトグループみたいなのに入ったんじゃないかっておそらく思ってこう泣き始めて、ですごい心配をすごいされたっていうのが一番最初の反応だったんですけど、僕2年前か企業で勤めて海外営業してたんですけど、その会社を辞めてこのミニストリースクールに入りたいっていうことを、クリスチャンのスクールに入りたいってことを家族にこう一人一人に伝えた時に、サポートするよって言ってくれて、なんでサポートしたいのって聞いたら、この数年で優也が変わったのが分かるから、だから何かいいもの、本物があるっていうのが私にも分かるよ、だからサポートしたいと思うっていうふうに言ってくれて、人生が変わるものを家族が見て今みんなサポートしてくれてます。
This summer I was in Europe, I was in Thailand, I was in India. As myself, I travel really a lot abroad. Every time I use clock when I visit new country, both using click the link in the description. Okay, let's get back
Because Obama is partially responsible for that one.
to interviews. もともとは仏教の家柄って聞いたんです。
それこそ父はもう仏教とのそう割と寛容な人な
I
んで
mean, I feel like that wouldn't keep people from talking about it. They probably deny that Obama had anything to do with that, but they have to test the reason why. Maybe it is partially, but I don't think so. Because they probably just deny it. I mean, they're denying this man abused a dog. Like,
反対はしな
Description. Okay, let's get back to interviews. もともとは仏教の家柄って聞いたんです。
それこそ父はもう仏教とのそう割と寛容な人なんで全然反対はしなかったんですけど、いや僕はちょっと違うかなみたいな反応だったんですけど、1年前に父がクリスチャンになりました。
文句だ。
ではないんですけど、でも信じていない、何も信じ無神論者。
日本ってそういう家多そうですよね。なんか仏教だけど熱心に信仰してる国っていうよりかはっていう。
そうです。例えばそれこそお寺とかね、神社とかに神道仏教っていう行いをちょこちょこしてるんですけど、なんだかんだやっぱり何も信じずに生きているっていうような方が多いと思います。それが父親でした。
すごい僕はバカにされましたね。すごくやっぱり僕の周りの人々もやっぱりそういうものに対してはちょっと僕自身もそうだったんですけれども、クリスチャンになった時に正直みんな僕がおかしくなったんじゃないかなと思いました。
今はどうですか、彼らは。
たくさんの方々は正直僕は今連絡を取れてない方が多いですね。
やっぱり今その新興宗教とか、結構問題になったカルト系のかも結構あるので、そこに関してはやっぱりみんなみたいな感じの反応することはあるんですけど、普通のクリスチャンっていうことをちゃんと伝えると、そこはそうなんだ、クリスチャンいい人多いよねみたいな感じの結構好印象なイメージがありますね。
日本人クリスチャンとして生きるっていうのはどういうことか忘れないみたいなことなんですけど、いい部分とか難しい部分ってあると思うんですけど、何かありますか？
例えば日本だと 1% 未満なのでクリスチャンの人口が、なんでそんな自分を捧げて、自分よりも神のことを賛美することはできるのかっていうちょっと反発を受けることはあったりするんですけど、知らない人がそもそも多いと思います。そのイエスのことすらも知らないと、なんで十字架にそもそも知らない方々に多いからこそ教会をもっと建てていくだったり、建物ではなくてその神様との関係性を和解することができるように私たちは導く存在だと思っています。
一番最初の数年間ってアメリカだったりとかヨーロッパに僕は住んでいたんですね。その体験があって、やっぱり日本とのその差っていうのはやっぱり僕も体験できるんですけれど、
アメリカの方がクリスチャンとして生きやすそうだなと勝手に思ってるんですよ、日本より。なんでかっていうと割合が圧倒的に日本より多いからって。そこはどうですか、実際違います？それともそう思いますか？
割合はでもすごく多いと思いますね。でも向こう教会に行ったことがある方がたくさんいるっていうところで、やっぱりその教会に対しての観点というのはそういうところでもやっぱり変わってくるのかな。やっぱり日本人の方っていうのはやっぱり教会には行ったことがなくて、ただ本当にカルトだったりとかその宗教とやっぱり区別がつけられないような、もう全部まとめて宗教は悪いものだっていうふうに見てる方が多いのかなっていうふうには思いますね。
確かにアメリカの人って自分がそのキリスト教を信じてなかったとしても、それ最低限の知識だったりとかキリスト教がどういうものかっていうのを認識している人が多いっていうこと。
そうですね。やっぱりちっちゃい頃教会に行った方がたくさんいるので、そうですね。やっぱりそういうところで教会もいろんな教会が実は存在しますけど、厳かなタイプの教会ばかりじゃなくて、本当に若者がいっぱいいる教会もあれば、賛美が熱心な教会もあれば、いろんな教会が現代風な音楽だったりとかもあったり。
なるほど。
賛美が熱心な教会もあれば、いろんな教会が現代風な音楽だったりとかもあったり。
なるほど。
クリスチャンのミニストリースクールに通ってるんですけど、いい面としてはもうそもそも人生。
During Japanese isolation period, the only Europeans allowed to land in Japan were the Dutch, because they were the only ones that weren't trying to send Christian missionaries to come to Japan. What's the Japanese isolation period? Is that different from whatever Portugal had going on in Japan?
自分が
あればいろんな教会が現代風な音楽だったりとかもあったり。
なるほど。
クリスチャンのミニストリースクールに通ってるんですけど、いい面としてはもうまあそもそも人生自分が愛されてるっていうのを理解して生きていくから、その自分のアイデンティティを知って本当に自信を持って生きれる。人の評価によって自分の人生が成り立たない。そう例えば女に頼ったりとかお酒に頼ったりとかキャリアで成功することとかインスタグラムで成功することっていうことに自分のアイデンティティを置く必要がないので、本当に自分らしく生きれることっていうことに自分のアイデンティティを置く必要がないので、本当に自分らしく生きれるっていうのは本当にめっちゃ変わりました。
ミッショナリースクールどんな感じですか？
賛美歌をみんなで歌って、あとは牧師とか世界中からゲストスピーカーが来るんですけど、アメリカとかヨーロッパとかで彼らからいろんなティーチングを受けて、でさらに
They're between 1639 and 1853.
どんな感じですか？
賛美歌をみんなで歌って、あとは牧師とか世界中からゲストスピーカーが来るんですけど、アメリカとかヨーロッパとかで彼らからいろんなティーチングを受けて、でさらに路上に出てなぜこの地に来たのかっていうのをみんなに伝えてますね。
日本で布教されててどんなリアクションとかどういう態度を取られますか？
日本人は結構オープンな人が意外に多いです。結構海外とかだとからヘイトとか偏見を持って拒絶する人とかもいるんですけど、イエス・キリスト知ってますかって言った時に日本人の最初の反応って知りませんなんですよね。なんでイエス・キリストが誰なのか、なんで十字架で死んだのか、なんで地上に来たのかなんて全く日本人知らないので、その話をした時に結構オープンかなっていう感じですね。
Any advice for those Christians who want to come to Japan, like to live here, to live here?
To live here, okay.
Any advice or message?
Yeah, I think like to be honest, like living with other non.
Oh, she's lived abroad for a while. At least like a few. No, that's a good. That's an accent too. It's not even Japanese.
Any advice for those Christians who want to come to Japan, like to live here, to live here?
To live here, okay.
Any advice or message?
Yeah, I think like to be honest, like living with other non-Japanese like Christians here, I really want to say that Japan needs Jesus. Like whatever you have heard before, like oh Japan might be like a place of graveyard for missionaries, but I believe this is such a lie because people are really open to hear the gospel, and even there's like an opposition, but we really stand firm on the faith of Christ, right? So I really want to encourage you that to pray for Japan to partner with us for the expansion of kingdom. And I really want to say that this is such a beautiful things that God is doing right now in Japan. It's like a momentum. So I want you to be part of it as well. I want you to also pray for Japan and Asia as well.
Well, yeah, I highly encourage you to find a community because, you know, all of us, whether you're Christian or not, we need a community because we can't live our life by ourselves. You know, at the end of the day, we need prayer, we need encouragement, we need somebody to challenge you. So find, you know, community and we all can pray together.
If God is calling you to come to Japan, then I believe God is really speaking to your heart and the harvest is ripe here. There's a reason and there's a calling that God is placing in your heart and a burden placing in your heart. There's a reason for this. So I really highly encourage you to pray about this. And if God is calling you, I encourage you to move here and to join this harvest and God's move in Japan.
I really recommend you to come here and experience like what it looks like living in Japan as a Christian, because people in a good way don't really care about like what you believe in, but they really value like what you believe. So I just recommend
2 million is actually pretty decent. That's not that much compared to the population, but that's pretty decent. I didn't think it was that much.
you to come and try.
Okay, thank you for watching so far. How was it? That was interesting. First of all, thanks to my friend Ranzo. He organized every interview in this video. Also thanks to Awakening Tokyo, the church in Ueno, Tokyo. Every interview is from that church. They have their own channel, so check it out. I put it in the description. So the reason why I wanted to make this video is that I made a video about Japanese Muslim before, and now I'm planning to make a video about Japanese Buddhist and asking them their life lessons, why they became Buddhist and stuff. So when I upload it, please check it out. Okay, anyway, thank you for watching. If you like this video, click like button. Please subscribe to my channel. If you have any question you want me to ask people in Japan, please leave the comment too. See you next time.
Looking around, where do you think we are right now? I'll give you a second.
Tokyo.
Graffiti all over the wall.
Tokyo.
Somebody illegally dumped their household trash here. This has been here for weeks. There's even graffiti on the abandoned house. This isn't London, it's not New York. This is actually Tokyo, Japan. As a person who has been living here for many years, I've seen a lot of changes, and I've gotten to the point where I really want to talk about this. So let's have a look around, and I'll tell you exactly what I mean.
Damn.
Now I understand things go out of business. It's tough to make it in Tokyo. This went out of business about 4 or 5 months ago, but look at what's happened since. And in an upscale neighborhood. Yeah. All the way wrapped around. Now some people will say graffiti is a form of art, but this is just drawing dicks on the wall. Like, this is what things have come to. No pun intended. And we have to look at this every day. That was also not there a couple months ago. That one's new. This used to be completely white, and here we go. Here's some more illegally parked bikes. So in Japan, especially in big cities like Tokyo, you can't just park your bike anywhere, but there's a designated parking spot over there, but it's full, so a lot of people are just dumping their bikes here, and it's not a good situation. Look at all this.
Damn.
All these bikes parked illegally here, and it's just, there's more and more every day. Oh, that's an old car back there. All this is completely overgrown. Lots of stuff inside. As everybody knows, Japan is facing a population crisis. There's more old people now than young people, and a lot of houses are going abandoned after people pass away. And I thought this was one of those over 9 million abandoned houses in the country. In fact, there's a lot in this neighborhood, but this one actually saw someone is still living here, an elderly woman. And that's a problem. A lot of older people here, they can't take care of their houses anymore. They don't have families to help. So this is what happens. This is all new graffiti. This is all new graffiti. It was not here before. Here we are in Shibuya now, and of course you're very familiar with the Shibuya crosswalk, which is right ahead of us. But what you're less familiar with is what I want to check out today. This used to be one of the worst spots for it, but now this beautiful mural has been painted here, which is great. This is actually looking pretty good now that they've got the graffiti gone and a nice beautiful piece of artwork has been painted here. Although this is kind of what it looked like before, that kind of graffiti. The price that they had to pay to keep this area looking nice, keep that tunnel from being vandalized, is there's usually security watching around here. I don't see them today, but oh no, there he is. So the price they had to pay to keep this area from getting vandalized is there's a 24-hour security guard right behind me, and that's the only way to stop people from messing this up again, because it was like that for years, and it's just nice to see something like that. But I mean, obviously they can't put security around the whole country. Here is the city trying to fight back. It's even written in English and Japanese. Graffiti is illegal. Apparently, there's a 5-year prison sentence or up to 500,000 yen. 500,000 yen is about $5,000. They're not joking about this. Yet still, right next to the graffiti sign, I see more graffiti. Okay, I've seen that YouTuber. That was a foreigner that put that there. I know that YouTuber. I know that YouTuber. So In this case, it is some foreigners that are putting the stickers on everything. Graffiti, again, next to Louis Vuitton. And then coming over here, every pole, everything, every little box, vending machines have graffiti on it. This was covered up. This one here says, 文化を大切に. Japan is a culture, respect Japanese culture. Oh my gosh, a telephone box. Oh my gosh, what is this? You'll still find some telephone boxes in Tokyo and across Japan. It's kind of a relic of the past, but they're still usable. A lot of them are vandalized. This is something else. What the heck? Oh my gosh, does it work? It actually works. I come here pretty much on a daily basis. I have multiple language classes to take, and the graffiti just seems to be getting worse. I've seen this over the last few years, especially around Corona, after Corona. The city keeps coming in, covering up, painting it, and then it comes right back. Check this out. This is right by my Chinese school. I have to see this every freaking day. Whoa. The city actually did come and repaint this whole bridge because it looked like that green wall before. But as you see, it's already back. That's a new one. That's a new one. All this. That's one of the guys that lives here in this park. I just saw him in there. And it's sad. There's a lot of elderly, homeless people in Japan, and an alarming number of young homeless, which was not very common in the past. Welcome to Shinjuku Station. We're now here in the biggest station in Japan. This is one of the places tourists come to visit for their first time in Tokyo. It's a hot spot, but it's also one of the darkest places in Japan. And it's gotten darker in the last 5 years, especially on the Kabukicho side, on the east end. So as it's starting to get darker outside, some of this stuff comes out. Shinjuku Station by day is pretty busy, but you're not gonna see anything out of the ordinary. However, when it gets late at night, it's a completely different story. And there's just person after person, box after box, lined up here. And that's just something you're not gonna see if you're just walking around during the day. But there's more and more. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen people set up cardboard boxes late at night, coming back from, you know, a night out with my friends around 11:30, closer to midnight. And then there's lots of videos of this online, but it's not something you're just gonna see in the daylight hours or even in the early evening. But it makes me sad to see, for sure, but it's there. And here's a lot of the homeless people's stuff waiting here for when they come back. There was a point around the 2020 Tokyo Olympics where they cleaned this up quite nicely, you know, getting ready for all the international guests. It's pretty much back to how it was before and even worse. This is Toyoko Hiroba, and it's all closed off because they want to stop people from loitering in here. And so far it's worked in this area alone, but right back there next to it they have all those people that just moved. don't think there's much the security can do about it because this is not private property, but they definitely don't like it, and this has become more and more famous across Japan. Right after the pandemic, a lot of runaways from all across the country, even really young kids, middle school and high school age, came and gathered here at Toyoko Hiroba. So there were the Toyoko kids, the runaways from Japan, all across the country that came to Shinjuku. They'd stay in the manga cafes, they'd work, you know, not legal jobs during the daytime. But you don't see them so much anymore because it became so famous in Japan that the police had to get involved and put a stop to it. And the same goes for this Okubo Byoin right here behind me. This was insane. And I had never seen anything like this in Japan before. Not only the professional ladies of the night standing out here, but also the amateurs. And it was becoming more and more common just to see girls standing here like, you know what, I don't need to say more. Look, now they have some signs telling people not to stand here. This was so embarrassing to Japan publicly on the internet. Japanese people from other prefectures felt embarrassed. Tokyo locals felt embarrassed to see this online. It was on Japanese internet, it was on the foreign internet, it was everywhere. So now they have all these cones to prevent people from doing that, at least not here. But when I came here and I saw that stuff like at the Okubo Byoin, the standing girl problem, and the Toyoko kids out there, the young kids that ran away from home, I was just sad. And it wasn't like that before. They didn't have that problem before. And even though I don't see it right now, it doesn't mean it went away. They went somewhere. They're just not.
I didn't know Japan had prostitution. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably harder to find it now, but makes me want to go now.
Not visible. The police shoot them away. But these things still exist in Japan, and it seems to be getting worse as there's more problems with the economy. Oh, this is a warning. Illegal dumping. All of this is illegal dumping. I don't know where it came from. I don't know who's going to clean that up. Maybe the city. I don't know who dumped it there either. When I did a short video the other day about the changes I've seen in Japan, the comment section was wild, and I did not expect that. Everyone had something to say about who done it. You know, a lot of finger pointing. It was this group, it was definitely them, it was whatever. We don't know who did the graffiti. It's not like I'm saying graffiti is a new thing. It's never existed in Japan before. What I'm saying is I see changes over the years, and there's places where there's more graffiti than I've ever seen before. There's trash where there wasn't trash before. There's this Toyoko kids problem. There was a standing girl problem. Lots of stuff going on, and it's almost like people also got. There were also people that got mad. You know, I can't believe it. This is not Japan. You're not showing the real Japan. There's too much over-romanticization about Japan. I love this country. I love living here. And me and my husband see things, especially in the areas we live in, that upset us. It upsets Japanese people. It upsets people that live here as permanent residents like me. It's not good. I hope that by making this video, someone with some authority or power will clean up the graffiti, you know, as I showed in a few places, that this will become, you know, more prominent. People will know about this, just like the Okubo hospital problem and the Toyoko kids. Like, the more we talk about this, the more likely that we'll see some change and somebody will do something about it in the government. So if you want to see more of the real, you know, non-sugar-coated version of Japan, then I hope you'll subscribe and watch more of my videos, because I love this country and I want people to come here. I want people to enjoy it. But I don't want them to have unrealistic expectations or some rose-colored glass view of what Japan is that doesn't match up with reality. I also want to show what it's like to live here as a foreigner and a little more of my daily life. So give me a like, and I hope you enjoy more of my videos.
Oh man, the internet is having a field day on this song, bro, and I love it. Thanks. Oh my god, finally something that everyone can see, bro. I'm just loving this entirely. Entirely. We must start getting ready. Give it like 30 more minutes. Maybe an hour. Let me try to find that one video of his son beating his dog. The newer one. It's not popping up. We watch a Twins video, bro. I haven't watched a Twins video in fucking like a week or two.
Again, the question was, should transgender girls who are biological males be allowed to use girls' bathrooms and play on girls' sports teams in K through 12? You have 15 seconds to clarify.
Hell no. Hey, Kevin, this should be easy. Democrats should get the point by now, right? Yeah. They should.
What was the question?
Be allowed to use girls' bathrooms and play on girls' sports teams in K through 12. You have 15 seconds to clarify.
Hell no. Hey, Kevin, this should be easy. Democrats should get the point by now, right? Yeah. They should.
In cases across Virginia, I think it's incumbent upon parents and educators and administrators in each local community to make decisions locally.
That's what this is about.
Yes or no?
Ms. Earl Sears?
There should never be
We're gonna get
nude
to you in a
men
moment.
Oh
in
my
locker
goodness, we
rooms.
finally have her saying that, but you voted for that.
Ms. Earl
Have you
Sears.
finally
My
Ms. Earl
said
Sears,
that
you are
now?
just intruding on
Are
time
we in
here. We're
agreement
trying.
now? Are you
Ms.
going
Earl
to
Sears,
tell?
this is Ms. Spanberger's time. I have a follow-up question for Ms. Spanberger. Would you rescind the Youngkin administration policy requiring boys and girls to use bathrooms aligning with their biological sex? You have 30 seconds.
My priority would be to ensure that local communities, importantly parents and teachers
That's
and
a yes or
educators,
no.
are able to work together to meet the unique needs of each school and each community.
So she's for.
Yeah.
She's going to rescind. If she becomes governor, she's going to rescind with Glenn Youngkin.
Yep.
The law that they enacted in Virginia right now.
And you know what, Virginia, they need an angry black woman. And it looks like she's going to fit the bill.
This is their home state.
Miss Sears, yeah.
This is their home state.
And it looks like she's going to fit the bill.
Miss Sears,
Yeah, the conservative, strong black woman.
yeah.
Girls
And
need
that is important.
privacy.
And I say that as a mother of 3 daughters in Virginia public schools.
Exactly.
And as someone who used to investigate crimes against children. The way that we keep our children safe is by ensuring they are safe in schools, which includes funding law enforcement and public safety.
That was
Ms.
the question.
Spanberger, the
No.
question was, would you rescind the Youngkin administration policy requiring boys and girls to use bathrooms aligning with their biological sex? You have 15 seconds to clarify that question.
Yes. And my answer is that in each local community, decisions should be made between parents and educators and teachers in each community. It shouldn't be dictated by.
You know, that worked back in the day when we was in school. If a guy put on a wig and a dress and went in the women's restroom, oh, he'd be dealt with.
Yeah.
That was fine back then.
You
But
didn't
now,
need to call the cops or anything. The students would take care of it.
yeah, right. But in today's climate, politicians have to step up and enact a law to keep it based on sex.
Right.
Because of people like this woman.
Yeah. 2, no responses.
The Democrat Party is not liberal. They're not moderate. They're progressive, and this is what they believe. And she's going against her own constituents. Majority of Democrat voters are against this.
Right.
Now, there's a woke section in the party that agrees with her, but it's not the majority; it's the minority.
Right. And these elected officials are supposed to work for the American people, not for themselves or their beliefs. You're supposed to align with your constituents. And you said it perfectly. Nobody wants this. She just wants it.
Yes.
Politicians.
That is nuts. And okay, they're about to ask her another question about Jay Jones. He said some despicable things a couple years ago via text, wishing the death on Republicans.
Who's Jay Jones? I know we watched a video on this before, but I don't know who Jay Jones is. I know someone that she endorsed or whatever, even after he said some awful things, but I don't know who he is.
Nuts. And okay, they're about to ask her another question about Jay Jones. He said some despicable things a couple years ago via text, wishing the death on Republicans.
Yeah.
Before we get to that, how she answers that question, I'm going to show you exactly what happened with Jay Jones. And he's running for Attorney General right now. He's looking to be the top cop in Virginia, and some of these things that they unveiled in text messages, he should not be the top cop.
Yeah, but before we get to this video, don't forget to support the show. Go to officialhorsetwins.com. Anything you purchase on the website, get you automatically in our new giveaway, which is a Ford Bronco Raptor.
All right, here we go.
Each community. It shouldn't be dictated by politicians.
Shut up, lady.
The text messages have thrust an already tight race into the national spotlight. While Jay Jones admits his words were wrong, he still plans to stay in the race.
That language has no place in our discourse.
I thought J was an initial. No, it's spelled out J. Oh, I see. I have no idea who this is still. But okay.
He still plans to stay in the race.
That language has no place in our discourse, and I am so remorseful for what happened.
Jones sent the messages in 2020 and plans to stay in the race.
That language has no place in our discourse, and I am so remorseful for what happened.
Jones sent the messages in 2022 when he was in Virginia's House of Delegates to Republican colleague Delegate Kerry Coyner.
He sent her the messages. These are not messages between him and his best friend that got leaked. He sent them directly to the Republican.
Referring to then Republican House Speaker Todd Gilbert, Jones says, quote, 3 people, 2 bullets. Gilbert, Hitler, Pol Pot. Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head. He goes on saying, quote, spoiler, put Gilbert in the crew with the 2 worst people you know, and he receives both bullets every time. Coyner asked Jones to stop. He then later called her to further explain his reasoning, at one point suggesting that Gilbert's wife, Jennifer Wishon, should watch her 2 young children die in her arms so that Gilbert might reconsider his political views. Coyner then hung up on Jones. He again began texting, and when she pushed back, he responded, quote, I mean, do I think Todd and Jennifer are evil and that they're breeding little fascists? Yes.
That's nuts.
That's the Democrat Party. He needs to step down.
But the Democrat Party believes in political violence.
Yeah, that's why he said it. But this is the thing. I could never say that about another Democrat. I couldn't. It's just not in my heart to say anything like that.
Yeah, because you're a human being.
Yeah, but he comes out and apologizes for it. But can you really accept his apology?
No, you just got caught. You thought these text messages were wiped away. No,
they were cool.
Yeah.
That's the direction the country was going in, but it's not.
Yeah.
This is demented. And here we have the Democrat candidate running for Attorney General, the top cop in Virginia.
That's crazy.
Wishing not only that he had 2 bullets to put in a guy's head, but then he wishes death on his children. And Todd Gilbert has small kids.
Republicans, including Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin and President Donald Trump, are calling for Jones to leave the race. Within his own party, condemnation is growing, although so far Democrats have stopped short of asking him to withdraw. Democratic gubernatorial nominee Abigail Spanberger released this statement saying, quote, "I spoke frankly with Jay about my disgust with what he said and texted. I made clear to Jay that he must fully take responsibility for his words." She went on to say, quote, "As the next governor of our Commonwealth, I will always condemn violent language in our politics."
Thank you, Ms. Spanberger.
Okay, you heard that right. You didn't ask him to step down. Yeah.
He must fully take responsibility for his words. She went on to say, quote, "As the next governor of our Commonwealth, I will always condemn violent language in our politics."
Thank you, Ms. Spanberger.
Okay, you heard that right. You didn't ask him to step down. Yeah. You can't apologize for that. Now, okay, they're going to ask her about her sentiment.
He was previously a state congressman in the Congress of Virginia and already tried unsuccessfully to run for Virginia Attorney General.
On what he said. Now, okay, they're going to ask her about her sentiment on what he said.
Berger, I didn't hear an answer there on the endorsement issue, so I want to just make sure. Will you continue to endorse Jay Jones to be the next Attorney General of Virginia? And were you aware of these text messages before they released? You have 30 seconds.
In fact, it appears that it was those who released the text messages and held them for years. So the public was unaware who had.
This is the thing. He wasn't running for Attorney General at the time. Now he's running for Attorney General, so now they're going to release him because everybody needs to know what kind of despicable person this guy is.
Yeah, she's trying to put on the person who's holding on to the text messages like he's some kind of evil, corrupt person.
Yeah. Democrats.
Knowledge of these text messages for many of us. I learned of these text messages the day that they came out, and I denounced them as soon as I learned of them.
She denounces murder.
And importantly, at this point, as we move forward, the voters now have this information that was withheld for them,
You're running to
presumably for political reasons. But the voters now have the information, and it is up to voters to make an individual choice based on this information.
Ms. Spanberger, I understand what you're saying about the voters, but for you yourself, do you still continue to endorse Jay Jones?
Yeah, this is the second time you ask her this question. Let's see. Listen to her response.
15 seconds, yes or no?
We are all running our individual races. I believe my opponent has said that about her lieutenant governor nominee.
Ms. Earl Sayers.
And it's up to every person to make their own decision. I am running my race to serve Virginia, and that is what I intend to.
She doesn't want him to step down because she agrees with him. She can say she denounces it or whatnot, but she agrees with it. The Democrat Party agrees with that. That's why there's no call from the Democrat Party for him to step down, because they agree with what he said.
Yeah, and American people are done with these political answers. They want real people out there, genuine people. She gave nothing but political responses.
Yeah, but this woman is actually in the lead.
That's crazy.
According to polls.
I don't believe polls.
Well, Kevin, we're from Virginia. That northwestern part of Virginia, northeastern part of Virginia, but by DC area and by Norfolk, Virginia, it's a whole lot of diversity up there. And you know how they vote. And that's how they win these elections. Those two areas in the state of Virginia, because that whole state is red.
Right.
But it's these stupid Neanderthal knuckle-dragging mouth breathers.
Yeah, and that's the gist of the entire country. The United States of America is overwhelmingly red. It's just a heavy populated metropolitan areas that ruins everything for everybody.
Yeah.
To do.
Thank you, Ms. Spanberger. We just want to clarify, what you're saying is that...
She ain't going to clarify. These are easy questions.
Yeah, they're yes or no questions.
But if she gives the conservative response in her answers, Democrats are not going to support her.
That's crazy. Like, if you give a genuine response, you would get the left and the right and the middle voting for you.
No, the left will abandon you.
Yeah, but if you could still win the race if you give a good answer that that resonates with the population of Virginia.
Yeah, but I don't think Republicans are going to go vote for this witch. Do you think a Republican's going to go vote for her?
I mean, a moderate might would, but not a Republican.
No, but that's why she won't answer the question.
Yeah, but that's what sides of the elections, the people in the middle.
Yeah, well, Yeah, some diversity, some DI people too.
As of now, you still endorse Jay Jones as Attorney General?
I'm saying as of now, it's up to every voter to make their own individual decision. I am running for governor. I am accountable.
That's not what they asked you.
Right.
Do you endorse him? The guy that wishes
Of
death.
course she does.
And he sends the text messages directly to him and his family.
That's crazy.
And you can't denounce
he should be
that.
in jail.
He should be something.
For the words that I say, for the acts that I take, for the policies that I have put out.
Thank you.
I am responsible for the policies I put out and the work I will endeavor to.
You are responsible for what you stand for, and you stand for that Democrat who made those despicable comments to him.
And
That's what you stand for.
And you want men and women's sports.
Yeah, and you want to be governor.
To do tirelessly
You are
for the
responsible
people
as
of
governor.
Virginia.
Thank you, Ms. Spanberger.
Well, I think as everybody knows, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian before I'm a Republican, and I'm required to forgive people. And it's hard sometimes when somebody has abused you, etc., but it's something you must do, because not to forgive is almost like, as someone said, you drink poison thinking that it's going to affect the other person. And I want to live a decent life, and I don't want to not have peace in my life. And so as I've said before, I would not say that. So that's why I'm wondering why my opponent won't say, beyond it's abhorrent and disgusting, why she won't say it is not okay and that he must leave the race, because Jay Jones advocated the murder, Abigail, the murder of a man, a former speaker, as well as his children who were 2 and 5 years old. You have little girls. What would it take him pulling the trigger? Is that what would do it? And then you would say he needs to get out of the race? Abigail, you have nothing to say? Abigail, what if he said it about your 3 children? Is that when you would say he should get out of the race, Abigail?
That's a demon right there. Democrats are literally demons.
Yeah.
She can't even look at her in her face.
Man, I hope the people of Virginia do the right thing.
You're running to be governor. I don't understand why you just can't come forward and say he needs to go. I mean, we're talking about murder. We're talking about someone's life being taken from them. Have you nothing to say about that? Are you not going to address it? Really, you can't go any further. You're a governor. You're supposed to stand up for all the people. Are you saying political murder is all right?
That's exactly what she's saying.
Yeah. And I have no doubt in my mind that when what happened to Charlie Kirk, I guarantee you she laughed behind closed doors. She was happy.
She celebrated.
She celebrated. She applauded. She commends political violence. Evil people.
Well, let's see what happens in Virginia.
Yeah.
Our home state, the Commonwealth.
Yeah. It's going to be up to the morals of the people of Virginia, and especially
it's that Washington, D.C. area and Norfolk, Virginia.
It's going to come down to the diversity.
But you know what,
do they have morals or not?
Kevin, those people that vote for Democrats don't even pay attention to this stuff. Yeah. They just go and vote. Oh, the race is today, I'm going to go vote.
Oh,
who's the Democrat?
I heard that Republican, that black woman, she's the face of white supremacy.
Yeah, they don't pay attention to what's going on. They really don't.
They don't.
What's the due date for this election to be over?
Guys, it's like he's kind of outside of the lines in terms of his ideology. He's a Christian and pretty open about it. And because of that, they attack him. And it's something so simple. Like, he just believes in Jesus. What it is a bully pylon. That's what it is. You see someone being vulnerable and you could snipe at them and you don't have any repercussions and they're not in front of you, so you attack the guy. He's not done. He hasn't done nothing.
I
He's
honestly
so
have no
nice.
idea what the thing.
Ellen Page has spoken out against Chris Pratt for being a member of a religious organization that does not support the LGBTQ.
Oh my god, we just talked about this bitch.
He hasn't done nothing.
I
He's
honestly
so
have no
nice.
idea what the thing.
Ellen Page has spoken out against Chris Pratt for being a member of a religious organization that does not support the LGBTQ community. Page took to Twitter to write, but his church is infamously...
Wait, it's Ellen Page now? It's not Elliot Page? This bitch is going back after she cut off her...
LGBTQ out against Chris Pratt for being a member of a religious organization that does not support the LGBTQ community. Page took to Twitter to write, but his church is infamously anti-LGBTQ, so maybe address that too? The post was retweeted over 20,000 times.
Great. Now I won't enjoy your films as much knowing you're a Jesus nut.
It has recently been suggested that I belong to a church which hates a certain group of people and is infamously anti-LGBTQ. Nothing could be further from the truth. I go to a church that opens their doors to absolutely everyone. Referencing
Both New Jersey and Virginia gubernatorial elections are November 4th. That's still a lot of time. That's still a lot of time. I don't know if that black lady will win, but Virginia's still got a lot of time to do a little bit of research. Was New Jersey the one that you said is fucked? No, New Jersey. It's not possible to have two Democratic people running. But I think you said it's closer in New Jersey, right? Something like that.
his 2017 and is infamously anti-LGBTQ. Nothing could be further from the truth. I go to a church that opens their doors to absolutely everyone. Referencing his 2017 divorce from Anna Faris, the actor continued, despite what the Bible says about divorce, my church community was there for me every step of the way, never judging, just gracefully accompanying me on my walk. They helped me tremendously, offering love and support. It is what I have seen them do for others on countless occasions, regardless of sexual orientation, race, or gender.
You take a risk, I think, being in the entertainment world, being vocal about anything, and that's divisive. And religion is divisive, and so is politics. And so, like, I don't care enough about politics to take a stand one way or another, you know, at the expense of my career. But I do care enough about Jesus to take a stand, even if it costs me. If it costs me everything, I don't care. It's worth it to me because it's what I'm called to do. It's where my heart is. I'm a father of 4. I want to raise my children up and with an understanding that their dad was unashamed of his faith in Jesus, and with a profound understanding of the power of prayer and the grace and the love and the joy that can come from a relationship with Jesus. That's something that's really important to me. And anybody really close to me knows that already. But as people are learning that about me, it's an interesting thing because you don't hear that a lot from people in entertainment, but it's who I am. And I don't think, I'm not going to hide behind it. That's the world though, right? That's the world. The world, we teach, like, I want to teach my kids to be in it, not of it when it comes to the world. This is like, we're in a strange time right now with the way that the world is. And I don't know if I assume it's always been some version of evil and wrong and worldly and, right now we just have such unfettered access to all of the knowledge in the world. And it says, like, he who increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. And our phones tell us everything that's going on, like it's whisper into our ears. It's like we have an entire generation of young kids who are being raised to be incredibly anxious. And I think the smartphone has been a big part of that. And, higher rates of self-harm amongst young girls and more rates of isolation and depression amongst young boys. I think, phones aren't going anywhere. It's this umbrella under which we gather all this data, and it helps us with navigation and communication and organization and, shopping. And
I think he's talking about Google here. I never really cared for. I would say I didn't even really like Chris Pratt, but I think he's talking about Google here.
It's this umbrella under which we gather all this data, and it helps us with navigation and communication and organization and, shopping and entertainment and taking photos. Like, it's not like we're going to turn into, I'm not going to go Amish and like just throw my phone down the toilet, although it'd probably be a good thing to do, but I'm not going to do that. So it's important to like understand that underneath that umbrella, there's junk food and then there's soul food. The phone doesn't have to be bad. It's just, what are we doing with it? It's really easy to post something, you know, even though it's like a fart in the wind, it just disappears from these people's phones. They don't think about it, but it is etched in digital stone. We have to be really careful with our words. You know, it says in the gospel, the tongue is like the most dangerous weapon. And just because you're putting it in your phone doesn't mean you're not speaking it. So when I hear words or see words, when inevitably there's going to be blowback, and I'm sure there's going to be blowback from this, and I'm just going to have to kind of rely on God, understand my instinct to do it. I was called by God to do it. And if people don't understand me, I'm going to pray for them. And then that's it. And then I'm gonna let it go. And then I'm gonna go back and hang out with my kids and play tag and play hide and seek. And I can't let it bother me. I can't. And there's not enough time in the day to take into consideration the thoughts of there's 8.5 billion people on this planet. Some God softens some of their hearts, He hardens some of their hearts. It's my job to be a light and to focus on what's important to me. Like I did a movie last year, and on one of the guy's last days, is a fellow who'd come up to me and he's like, "Hey, I'm kind of curious about." He's just asking the kind of questions you ask when you're sort of like early on in your.
Can you see the wait. Ignore the rainbow blanket. That was the only blanket I could find. It was at Walmart. Give me 5 likes and I abuse that cat right now. uh, it's still zoomed in, I think. Ignore that gay blanket.
In your faith journey, you know, I'm curious about God. I don't know if it's real. I think I believe in a higher power, but
The gubernatorial elections are different from presidential elections. If you think that a strong blue state like Massachusetts voted for a Republican governor twice in the last 3 elections. Why Walmart sells a rainbow? It's it just has to be a coincidence. I mean, you got a point, but the thing is, that was the cheapest blanket there. I was just looking for something so the cat. So there's a bed up there, like for a cat. I didn't want it to get covered in cat hair, so I just went to look for a $5 blanket. Baby blankets at Walmart are actually expensive as shit. I think they're like, the average was like $15 for a fucking blanket. That one was the only one that was $5. That gay blanket.
how do you know it's this? I've seen the kind of questions you ask when you're sort of like early on in your faith journey. You know, I'm curious about God. I don't know if it's real. I think I believe in a higher power, but how do you know it's this? How do you know it's not Buddha? And how do you know? And I was like, do you mind if I pray with you? And he was like, sure. I said, I can't do it right now because we're surrounded by a ton of people. But before I leave, we're gonna pray. And so on the last day, he came up and was like, hey, I just want to say it was so great working with you. I said, we haven't prayed yet. Let's go right now. So we went over, and I'm gonna get goosebumps thinking about this. So, like, you see my arms right there, and we prayed, and I didn't know where really the words. I've never done it before. I'd never really like done that, where I was like, I asked him, "Do you want to bring Jesus Christ into your heart right now, right here in this parking lot?" He said, "Yes." He accepted Jesus right there, and I think it's changed his life. He's got a wife. He's got children. It's changed their.
See? Look at this shit. I think that's the one I had. It's not even the same one. That one is like scribbles, but it's $10. This one's $12. Shit expensive as shit. I'm pretty sure that one was $5. That's the only reason why. But I'm gonna go get a new blanket. Actually, I actually have the money to buy a new blanket. I'm gonna throw that one into a fucking fire pit or some shit. I'm gonna go look for a better blanket. Fuck that blanket. I'm gonna go get a $12 blanket. Fuck that $5 blanket. But look at this. Look. Wait, actually, is he still up there? Because I don't want to disturb him. But there's another blanket up there if you can see it. It's like inside the house. Look, he's right there. The other blanket is in there. That's not a rainbow blanket. This one was also $5. They just didn't have two of the same, so that's why I got the rainbow one. Yeah, I'm gonna go get a better blanket. Probably tomorrow. No, I can't tomorrow. I'm way too busy tomorrow. Probably Sunday. Put Newsom. Put it in Newsom's mouth.
Their life, and I was part of that. And right here in this parking lot, he said yes. He accepted Jesus right there, and I think it's changed his life. He's got a wife, he's got children. It's changed their life, and I was part of that. And to me, and I was working on a movie that I was really proud of being a really cool. That's the best part of doing that movie.
All right, I'm gonna rewind this. I want to hear what somebody say.
By a ton of people, but before I leave, we're gonna pray. This like I did a movie last year, and on one of the guy's last days, is a fellow who'd come up to me and he's like, "Hey, I'm kind of curious about." He's just asking the kind of questions you ask when you're sort of like early on in your faith journey. You know, I'm curious about God. I don't know if it's real. I think there's I believe in a higher power, but how do you know it's this? How do you know it's not Buddha? And how do you know? And I was like, do you mind if I pray with you? And he was like, sure. I said, I can't do it right now because we're surrounded by a ton of people. But before I leave, we're gonna pray. And so on the last day, he came up and was like, hey, I just want to say it was so great working with you. I said, we haven't prayed yet. Let's go right now. So we went over, and I'm gonna get goosebumps thinking about this. Like you see my arms right there, and we prayed, and I didn't know where really the words. I've never done it before. I've never really like done that, where I was like, I asked him, do you want to bring Jesus Christ into your heart right now, right here in this parking lot? He said yes. He accepted Jesus right there, and I think it's changed his life. He's got a wife, he's got children. It's changed their life, and I was part of that. And to me, and I was working on a movie that I was really proud of being a really cool. That's the best part of doing that movie to me. Like if I look back on that, like, what was the moment that stands out? It's that moment. And so that's what I'm hoping for with this. I'm hoping for that. I hope I'm entering the season right now where all this work, which is super rewarding, I'm so blessed to be doing what I love. I love doing what I love that God gave me these gifts and that I get to live this life. And I truly pray that it's led me to moments like this where people can be brought to God, because I know what it did. It truly saved my life, and I think there are a lot of lives in need of saving, and I just want to be part of it, man. I want God to use me however He sees fit to bring people to Him, so that their lives can be beautiful, so that they have, connect to their eternal spirit in heaven, and get to have heaven right here on earth, and spend the rest of their days being a light. I hope people turn right towards God and just feel that love and that hope and that joy that comes with God, and not the thing that people are afraid of, not the condemnation or the fear or the judgment. I think God deserves everybody, no matter where you are, who you are, what fringe you're living on. You're deserving of God's love, and I want to be part of that, man. I think that's the season I'm in my life. I want to be part of that.
And we'll get back to Chris in a minute, but I'd just like to real quick introduce y'all to the channel, Make Faith Famous. Thank you so much for watching, and please consider subscribing if you've enjoyed this video so far. Chris Pratt is one of the most well-known actors of this generation, perhaps best known for his leading role as Star-Lord in the multi-billion-dollar superhero sci-fi franchise Guardians of the Galaxy. And that same leading man energy is on full display when he's talking the talk and walking the walk of his faith. Here he's putting on an absolute masterclass in dealing with the hate and the silencing that occurs when you come out boldly with your faith. especially in this era of phones and social media. I mean, he's even got Joe Rogan, who is famously an atheist, on his side. The things Chris is saying about social media and phones are profound. And as a father myself, I think about this stuff constantly. We tend to think that the things we put out online are a quote unquote fart in the wind, but they really are etched in digital stone. And, you know, I would go so far as to say that's why we have so many issues with young people nowadays, right? Like what Chris was talking about, when you're young, you do so many stupid things, but now all those stupid things are basically posted online and they're forever. And that's super embarrassing and really just damaging. And then all the stuff with Ellen/Elliot Page he was talking about, who now presents as a male, was super weird. And I really appreciated the grace and genuineness of his response, as well as how he defended the church and Christians everywhere. But as always, I'm curious as to what you think in the comments below. All right, next up.
Seems like in
Chris.
gubernatorial elections in the U.S., voters care less about party affiliation compared to presidential elections in Italy. Gubernatorial elections results are close to national elections. What? No, I think it's the same. I think they care about what party you're in.
Continues on his amazing story and explanation of what his faith means to him, and this part is especially encouraging. Check it out.
Oftentimes when we're out witnessing, we are kind of like the parable of the sheep. We're looking for that one, right? We're looking for the one that's lost, and we want to bring that one back to the flock. But it is interesting what you say, that there's also value, you know, in, let's say, you know, Matthew 5:14, you're the light of the world, and being that light, not only are you searching for that lost sheep, but you're also affirming the 99. You're saying to the 99 back home, hey, listen, you're not alone. There are other people on this walk, and if you go out there during the day, and you know, it's not all, you get some bumps and bruises doing this, especially in so like it's good to be affirmed. It's good to be affirmed, like, hey, you're right where you need to be. You're not alone. You know, there's nothing to be ashamed of with your faith, something to be really proud of, and there are cool people who do it too. You know what I mean? So that's kind of it. But ultimately, it does come down to, like, you know, the most important is that one in the 99. So hoping that someone who's you know, because like Hal is great for the folks who, you know, pray every day, can give you a great opportunity to do that. For people who haven't prayed in forever, it's like maybe you can come back to it. But then the greatest would be someone who's just never even considered it, and feels that knock on their heart, like,
Then why many times in blue and red states voters choose for governors of other parties? What Twins just talked about is because in, like, majority of the U.S. is red, but it's just the metropolitan areas, metro city politan areas that lean it towards blue for other places, or even those places affect national elections. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but I'm pretty sure that's the reason why it doesn't look like it's the same as national elections.
all right, God, if you're really there, then come talk. Because I know what that journey is. It's nothing short of it's truly miraculous. You get to the point where you see God in everything. You see signs of God everywhere, going from someone who would, you know, not have any belief in God at all to somebody who just truly is on fire for God. That's such an amazing journey. I love seeing that, and if I could ever help be part of that, it would make me, it'd be like the most important thing I've ever done. You know, God is real, and God loves you, and God wants the best for you, and he cares about you. He has a plan for you. And so my goal is to just kind of be an instrument of God's peace. And that would be, I want to take part in it. You know, I want to be part of that. I think that's, to me, the most satisfying. It's the most satisfying.
No, I mean, why affirm blue state or red state sometimes vote for governor of opposite party? Isn't it because they're outnumbered by the cities? Affirm red state still has blue cities, I'm pretty sure, with high population, a very high population.
Food It's the most satisfying food there is, you know, and it's food for the soul.
God is real. God loves you. God wants the best for you. Believe that. I do. Learn to pray.
I think the most confusing one is Florida, though. I can see Florida. That's definitely a swing state for sure. But it's been completely turned to red though for the last like 2 decades. No, just 1 decade, I would say. But that's because of the illegal immigration and also because of the last few presidents that we had before Trump and in between. I think that has a lot to do with it, as well as previous experiences with other candidates. Yes, but the same people vote for both presidential and gubernatorial elections. So why, if a state like Massachusetts always votes strongly for Democrat presidents, they like sometimes red governors? Is that actually the case? I feel like, I feel like that doesn't happen often though. That is crazy though. I didn't think of it like that. I was thinking Florida was confusing. Now, I mean, Massachusetts is all blue. Yeah, that's crazy. For the last 3 Massachusetts governors, 2 were Republican. Huh. Is I mean, huh. Maybe because young people weren't voting at the time. Maybe the older generation is more split than the younger generation. I feel like the younger generations in Massachusetts are prominently blue, whereas the older generation I could see be completely split. And maybe the younger generation just didn't vote. But that's just I don't even know if that's a theory. That's my guess at least.
God loves you. God wants the best for you. Believe that. I do. Learn to pray. It's easy and it's so good for your soul. And finally, nobody is perfect. People are going to tell you you're perfect just the way you are. You are imperfect. You always will be, but there is a powerful force that designed you that way. And if you're willing to accept that, you will have grace. And grace is a gift. And like the freedom that we enjoy in this country, that grace was paid for with somebody else's blood. Do not forget it. Don't take it for granted. God bless you. Please get home safely. Thank you.
All right, we've got a few more clips to show you about Chris and his faith. But first, I want to just comment on how awesome that speech is. Really, I mean, come on. How powerful of a speech is that on such a massive stage for an award for young people, using that opportunity to give such an iconic speech. I often ask myself if I would do the same thing in his shoes. And I think, well, of course I would, right? But I think that's at least partially because of Chris and people like him in the world. And he's co-signing one of the most prominent Christian figures in Hollywood. Let's talk about Chris. And for those of you that don't know, Joe has the most successful podcast in the world. And he's co-signing one of the most prominent Christian figures in Hollywood. And not just saying he's a good person, but also, in my opinion, implying that Chris is a good person because of his faith. Check it out.
Even Chris Pratt gets in trouble because he's Christian. He is the nicest guy I've ever met in my life. What it is,
for example, in 2018, Massachusetts voted so strong for the Republican governor, 66% to 33%. While 2 years before, they voted 60% to 32% Hillary over Trump. Maybe it's just the younger generation. I feel like the younger generation do not care for the local votes. I don't know. That's weird. That's weird. That's really weird. That's my guess though, is that the younger generation only cares about the national vote rather than their own local vote. That's really my guess.
This is a good person because of his faith. Check it out.
Even Chris Pratt gets in trouble because he's Christian. He is the nicest guy I've ever met in my life. What it is a bully pylon. That's what it is. You see someone being vulnerable and you could snipe at them and you don't have any repercussions and they're not in front of you.
I would take that as like San Bernardino, for example. Most of the youth of San Bernardino is definitely blue, but for it to be completely split, leaning to red, it has to do with the rural areas, and also because that's not enough. I think the older generation in the inner city of the giant population is more split than the younger generation, at least.
So you attack the guy and you could my life. What it is a bully pylon. That's what it is. You see someone being vulnerable and you could snipe at them and you don't have any repercussions and they're not in front of you.
Turnout was higher in the presidential election, but I can't justify such. Well, the turnout was higher in the presidential election, but it can't justify such a big shift. Yeah, I think it has to do with what I just said, because I think it's the same with San Bernardino. Trump won the majority, but the mayor is still a Democrat, I'm pretty sure. I think it has to do with what I just said.
So you attack the guy. He's not done. He hasn't done nothing. You don't have bully pylon. That's what it is. You see someone being vulnerable and you could snipe at them and you don't have any repercussions and they're not in front of you. So you attack the guy. He's not done. He hasn't done nothing.
I
He's
honestly
so
have no
nice.
idea what the thing.
Chris Pratt is like one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. He's genuinely friendly. I've been in hunting camp with him. He's nice to everybody, to the ladies that work in the kitchen.
What
He's
were you guys
nice to
hunting?
elk
Where?
in Utah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you just like went to like a camp for like a couple
We're there for a
weekend
week
or something.
Yeah, for a week. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Did
but-
you get a elk?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
That's interesting.
And he did too. But my point is, like, I've seen him interact with people. Like,
Sure.
Sits at these cafeteria style tables with everybody, with people from all walks of life. He's like super normal.
Yeah.
And I've been around him multiple times like that. He's a super kind, super normal guy.
It'll be interesting.
He's fun too. He's a fun guy to be around. Like,
That's
anyway, point is, he's one of the rare guys that's like he's kind of outside of the lines in terms of his ideology. He's a Christian. And pretty
sure.
open about it, and because of that, they attack him. And it's something so simple, like he just believes in Jesus, and he likes to be a good person.
Sure.
And they're like, "F him." Like that kind of thinking is what happens in Hollywood, and it's not because they really think that way. It's because they're terrified that they step outside the lines and they'll be, oh, he's another Scott Baio or something,
I'm not a political guy, really, and I know Joe is quite political, but I think his assessment of Hollywood and the people piling onto Chris is spot on. What do you think? Again, let me know in the comments below. I think Chris walks around with a target on his back from both non-Christians and even Christians sometimes, and it just reminds me of what he was talking about earlier in this video, where he says he just can't deal with the opinions of the billions of people on earth. He just has one person to please, and that is God. All right, we're going to close the video with two clips that I really love. I couldn't find a great place to that Chris is a good person because of his faith. Check it out.
Even Chris Pratt gets in trouble because he's
Huh.
Christian. He is the nicest guy I've ever met in my life. What it is a bully pylon. That's what it is. You see someone being vulnerable and you could snipe at them and you don't have any repercussions and they're not in front of you, so you attack the guy. He's not done. He hasn't done nothing.
I
He's
honestly
so
have no
nice.
idea what the thing.
Chris Pratt is like one of the nicest people I've ever
That's definitely not that common though, right? It has to be only like Massachusetts, like a Massachusetts thing. That can't be like the majority of the states. I mean, it can't be a coincidence that Arnold was the only Republican that went in like the last 20 years or whatever. California, let me see. Gavin Newsom, Edmund, Jerry Brown, Arnold, Ray Davis, Pete Wilson. Pete Wilson was Republican in 1991. We have Gray Davis as a Democrat. Okay, so 2 governors that were Republican. Let me see. Pete Wilson was. Just Huh. It's actually been pretty evenly split Republicans and Democrats. Let's see, in the last 40 years, let's see, 45 years, we have 1 Democrat, 1 Republican, 2 Democrat. Wait, 2 Republican. Three Democrat. No, 3 Republican. 3 Democrat. 4 Republican. I mean, yeah, 4 Republican. 4 Democrat. 5 Democrat. I guess you're right. There really is, yeah. I mean, I don't know what could cause this. It's pretty split though. 5 to 4. 9 in total in the last 45 years. 46 years. That's for California though. California is pretty split, so that's kind of understandable. Let me look at Massachusetts. Man, I wish they had. So that was on California's original, like official government website. They don't have anything like that for Massachusetts, so I have to go to fucking Wikipedia. What the fuck? There we go. Pretty split, pretty split. (2022) blue. 2-term Republican. Blue. Red. Red. Huh. That's strange. But it's also the same. So hold on, let me look at California before I say something. Oh, it's similar to Massachusetts. What the fuck? In the presidential elections, California went from 1992 to 2024 voting all Democrat. Same thing with Massachusetts. 2024 to 1988, all blue. In 1984. Two red, uh, 2 votes for red. Wait, am I reading this right? From 1864 to 1924, Massachusetts was a reliably Republican state, going Democratic only in the election of 1912, where the Republican Party was split. However, the increased strength of the Irish Catholic voting bloc led the state to support Al Smith in 1928 and Franklin D. Roosevelt in all 4 of his elections since 1956. Ronald Reagan in 1980 and 1984 has been the only Republican to carry Massachusetts. I think it's because of the older generation, David. That's my guess. They just said that Massachusetts used to be a solid red state up until like about a century ago. I think it has to do with the older generation for sure. I think it has to do, and I'm pretty sure the older people are outnumbered by the younger generation. That's what makes, yeah, I think it's the older generation that actually, and I don't think the younger generation cares about local votes. Because me, I've never voted for mayor. I've never voted for a governor. I'm 28 or 29 now, I think. Throughout high school and throughout my young 20s, I cannot name you one person that voted for a mayor or a governor ever. Ever. I met people that talk about politics, brag about voting for presidential elections. I have never met someone that voted for a mayor or governor ever in my personal experience.
I've ever met in my life. He's genuinely friendly. I've been in hunting camp with him. He's nice to everybody, to the ladies that work in the kitchen.
What
He's
were you guys
nice
hunting?
Elk.
Where?
In Utah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you
That is like one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. He's genuinely friendly. I've been in hunting camp with him. He's nice to everybody, to the ladies that work in the kitchen.
What
He's
were you guys
nice to
hunting?
elk
Where?
in Utah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you just like went to like a camp for like a couple
We're
a
there for a
weekend
week
or something.
Yeah, for a week. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Did
but-
you get a elk?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
That's interesting.
And he did too. But my point is, like, I've seen him interact with people. Like,
Sure.
sits at these cafeteria style tables with everybody, with people from all walks of life. He's like super normal.
Yeah.
And I've been around him multiple times like that. He's a super kind, super normal guy.
It'll be interesting.
He's fun too. He's a fun guy to be around. Like,
That's
anyway, point is, he's one of the rare guys that's like he's kind of outside the lines in terms of his ideology. He's a Christian. And pretty
sure.
open about it, and because of that, they attack him. And it's something so simple, like he just believes in Jesus, and he likes to be a good person.
Sure.
And they're like, "F him." Like that kind of thinking is what happens in Hollywood, and it's not because they really think that way. It's because they're terrified that they step outside the lines and they'll be, oh, he's another Scott Baio or something,
I'm not a political guy, really, and I know Joe is quite political, but I think his assessment of Hollywood and the people piling onto Chris is spot on. What do you think? Again, let me know in the comments below. I think Chris walks around with a target on his back from both non-Christians and even Christians sometimes, and it just reminds me of what he was talking about earlier in this video where he...
More video. I'm gonna put. Yeah. One more video and I go to bed. Stab someone last week. Maybe 2 videos. It's only 3 minutes. Yeah, one more video. Social media, sir. Maybe I won't watch this in its entirety, but I'm kind of interested. I'm gonna rush for a quick but I did the math, and even if you add all the people that voted, only the presidential election in 2016, the Democratic candidate, the Republican governor, would have won anyway. Massachusetts in 2018. Did the math, and even if you add all the people that voted, only presidential election. What? The Republican governor would have won.
Bro, you can just admit you made a false claim on air. It's okay. People make false claims. We could just move on. But you can't, you're doubling down on a easily disproven
When
claim.
even Michael Knowles, I started off with a very bold promise that we would try and make sense of what I've just said. There's a lot going on here, a lot to unpack. Let me just start with one thing. I watched Pam Bondi yesterday, and there are some sort of fundamental principles at play here in various things this administration is doing. One of which is about the ability of the Fed.
In 2016, 3.3 million people. So it's 700 candidates, but we're really not know. I have two things to say to that. Oh, I need to go to bed. I'm really sleepy. I'm not even gonna watch this. I think the fact that it dropped by almost 1 mil plays a factor in it. I think it's mostly because either one group of people, young or old, decided not to vote. But I also think it's because I actually shouldn't be surprised that a Republican can win in a Democratic state, because for one, all of Democrats unified can agree that they hate Trump. They are completely led to believe that Trump is like Satan, pretty much. So, with that being said, there are some Republicans that Democrats like, and then there are some that they target. Either way, though, I still think it's because of the old people and the young people being active in the election or not.
Federal government to deploy federal troops into states that are not Washington, D.C. Do you feel comfortable about them doing it? And let me just say straight off the top, I'm not sure how I feel about this, because to me, I get.
Fucking sleepy as shit. Yeah, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not the age. Maybe it's not relative. I'm way too fucking tired to pay attention now. I'm trying to look it up, but yeah, I don't care at this point. I'm fucking sleepy. All right, let's see you. I probably won't be on tomorrow. If I am on tomorrow, it'll probably be late, like midnight. But if I'm not on tomorrow, I will see you. All right, later.